it is. I'm super honored by that. You never expect anybody to say, nice things, especially when you're playing against you. But to have guys say, great career, or enjoyed playing against you or competing, all that stuff is awesome. It really is, because the peers, your peers are kind of, that's who the opinions matter. There's a lot of people outside this game that will say things that don't understand. So to have your peers respect is, I've always said that, guys inside your clubhouse and guys around the game, that's the most important thing as far as your reputation.
Has some of the more uncomfortable things is for you to hear that and hear people celebrate you, and even guys in your own clubhouse have that type of respect and vocalize it, even maybe making goat sounds at times?
I just tell them not to make it weird, Dave. I just tell them don't make it weird. And so but yeah, we've got a lot of awesome guys. I think everybody. I think it's a mutual thing. I'm so grateful for all these guys, and it's just pretty cool.
Is there something to be said about everything you've accomplished, certain players on this team have accomplished individually and as a group, that you guys are still hungry for more? Are there guys playing with a chip on their shoulder to prove something for themselves and for the group? Is that part of this?
No, I just think we're a great team, and this is what we're supposed to do. I mean, I think it's as simple as that. Like, we've got one goal at the beginning of every season, and it takes the right type of superstars, and Andrew does a great job. When you look at Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, the top three guys on down, they're superstar players, but their mindset is just to win the World Series. And so they do everything that they possibly can to help us win the World Series. So I've been around guys where they've been great players that might not necessarily be the case at times. And so to have that is just like that trickle-down effect makes everybody realize that's why we're here, and that's why we are a Dodger. That's what we signed up to do, and we're going to try to do that over the course of the next 10 days.
Doesn't that make this team unique? Because you have been teammates with guys that had a lot of talent but didn't have the work ethic to be able to fulfill it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's work ethic. I don't know what it is. I just know that there's kind of like a factor of wanting to win and what that looks like. And you saw it last year with Freddie's ankle. You see it this year with Mookie becoming a Gold Glove shortstop. You see it with Shohei doing everything he can to be the best hitter and the best pitcher. And that trickles all the way down. Like Will Smith trying to play through a broken hand, or just everybody, pitchers stepping up, pitching all the time, all bullpen guys throwing constantly, just different stuff. Like they see these guys do it, so that means that they're going to fall in line too, and that's just pretty cool.
You feel like Blake?
I got to get Dave here. Yeah.
Before I let you go, you've been a Game 1 starter many times in your career. Blake is kind of setting the tone every series. What have you seen as far as the growth from when he first started pitching to where he's at right now with you guys?
I've always said that Blake, when he's right, is top 2-3 pitchers in the game. I've said that when he was in Tampa. I've said that when he was in San Diego, San Francisco. He's special. He really is. And you're seeing that now. He's got 4 pitches that are elite, and he loves to compete. He really does. So I'm excited to watch tomorrow.
Have you seen Donnie yet?
Haven't seen Donnie yet. I'll give him a hug and tell him I'm happy you're here, but this is as far as it goes.
Thank you, Clayton.
All right, thanks.
There he goes. Clayton Kershaw, the GOAT. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Tim.
All right, thanks a lot, DV. Yes, he is the GOAT, and Dodger fans all love number 22, Clayton Kershaw. As we lead you up to first pitch, Dodger fans getting closer. Up next, we'll dive deeper into this pitching matchup. Don't go anywhere. It's the Dodgers and Blue Jays, Game 1 of the World Series. I'm Tim Case. This is the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
AM 570, LA Sports.
Your health is our priority at LA Care Health Plan. You may be eligible for free Medi-Cal coverage if you meet income requirements. Connect with us today to see if you qualify. We speak multiple languages, including Spanish, Mandarin, Russian, and more. Visit lacare.org/medi-cal today.
Your car is an important part of your life, so make sure you're taking care of it. That's why I go to Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change, where they offer stay-in-your-car service while you wait. Locations all over Southern California. SoCalValvoline.com.
Los Angeles, it's here. This is the moment fans have been waiting for. The moment teams have been playing for. The World Series. And now it's streaming live on Fox 1. It's a clash of superstar power hitters. Shohei Ohtani and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The Dodgers are back and hungry for a repeat. The Blue Jays are returning for the first time in 32 years. Will the reigning champs build on their winning legacy? Or will the challengers begin a new one? Stream the World Series live on Fox 1 and see for yourself. Fox 1. Sign up today. Offers are subject to change. Go to Fox 1 for complete terms and conditions.
Dodger fans, you know performance matters on the field and at home. That's why Navien brings you the MPF Hydro Furnace, the most advanced way to heat your home with comfort and efficiency. And for year-round cooling and heating comfort, pair the new MPF with Navien's new air-to-air heat pump. Quiet, powerful, and built to win. Don't forget, Navien is proud to offer America's #1 selling tankless water heaters, delivering endless hot water and major energy savings. Navien, built for performance just like your Dodgers. Learn more at NavienInc.com.
Hey, this is Adrian Gonzalez. Daniels Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Daniels is giving every fan a voucher for a free team bracelet and $50 off any $99 purchase. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball to get your voucher. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniels Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniels Jewelers.
This is Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck. On your home for LA Dodgers baseball.
It's the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Game 1 of the World Series coming up from Toronto. First pitch at 5:15.
And now, before the Dodgers hit the diamond, we look at the pitching matchup.
Presented by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Work hard and play hard in a new Tacoma with an I-Force turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. Trey Savage on the mound for the Blue Jays. 22-year-old right-hander. First-round pick out of East Carolina a year ago. Second youngest starting pitcher in World Series history. He started this season in low A ball, skyrocketed through the minor leagues, 1-0 with a 3.21 ERA in 3 starts in the postseason. Keep in mind, he didn't get called up till mid-September, made only 3 starts at the big leagues in the regular season. Blake Snell, he goes for the Dodgers, 32-year-old left-hander, first season with the Blue in his 10th season in the big leagues overall. He finished 5-4 with a 2.35 ERA in 11 starts with the Dodgers. 4th start this postseason. He's 3-0 with a sub-1 ERA. Last time out, of course, those 8 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts in a win against the Brewers. He has faced the Blue Jays 16 times in his career. 5-4 with a 2.39 ERA. He last took the mound against them on August 9th. Tossed 5 scoreless innings, allowed 3 hits, struck out 10, and getting the win. Keep in mind, he has pitched at Rogers Center. This is his 9th career start at that stadium, his first this year. Blake Snell, Trey Savage, Dodgers, Blue Jays. We're 15 minutes away from Game 1 of the 2025 World Series. Keys to the game are next.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Wow. Old school D-backs jersey. This was our alternate jersey that we wore on Saturdays. I was the first team to wear the new colors. They called it Sedona Red. Don't mess up that color. Every time I wore this jersey, I would wear the high socks, black jersey, black hat. I just thought it was a really smooth look, and this is one that I'll never forget.
someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Allen Roden. And hopefully he is all right.
Look at it's his eye black. That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Pitch from Toronto will be thrown out in just a matter of moments, and it is from a 22-year-old Trey Yesavage making just his 7th Major League start ever. And he's got Game 1 of the World Series against Blake Snell for the Dodgers. Rick Monday, your biggest key in this game is what?
Well, my biggest key is that how the pressure of a 22-year-old who comes on. He started in A-ball this year, went to AA, AAA. He's only been in the big leagues, 38 days, 39 days to be exact. When he made his pitching debut this year in A-ball in Dunedin, Florida, there was a crowd on hand of 327. Tonight, there's going to be at least 39,150. That's the capacity of this ballpark. How does he react? And how do the Dodgers hitters react? Because he runs the heater upstairs, really high fastball with the velocity, and that split finger fastball throwing from really over the top of his head, a high trajectory, and it moves. They measured it. It has a depth of about 5 feet. Can the Dodgers kind of hone in on where the strike zone is?
And Tim, as I get it back to you, one offensive key for the Dodgers, because the offense really hasn't clicked in this postseason. Yeah, a lot of attention on Ohtani in Toronto, understand that. But the Blue Jays are not shy about issuing intentional walks. They've done it with stars throughout the year. Aaron Judge, Shohei in the summer when the Blue Jays visited L.A. They just did it with Cal Raleigh a couple times in the ALCS. So I'm looking at Mookie Betts behind Ohtani, who has been walked 7 times intentionally his last 8 games against the Jays. Well, we know that Mookie takes it personally when he sees that walk in front of him, and he's a career .429 hitter following an intentional walk. We'll see how often that happens throughout this series. The World Series, Game 1, after this.
Dodger fans, are you ready? Let's go. Buckle up. Game 1 of the World Series is next. Dodgers and Blue Jays from Rogers Center in Toronto, Canada. Blake Snell, Trey Yesavage, the pitching matchup. Shohei Ohtani leads it off next. This has been Morocco Casino. Dodgers on deck on the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
Got him swinging! This is World Series Baseball.
A swarm of Dodgers on the right side of the infield. Grown men but children again.
Tell me who could do it like this.
World champion.
You already know who it is.
That's it! It's a World Series win for LA!
Now run it back.
Try to catch up with me.
They've done it! They finished the job!
Yeah, you know I can't miss. When I do it like that.
You've been listening to a World Series edition of Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck.
Give Los Angeles the parade it's been waiting for!
LA Dodgers playoff baseball is brought to you by
Superior Grocers.
Quality, variety, and value.
Shakey's Pizza.
Home of the original pizza, chicken, and Mojo's since 1954.
Dodgers World Series Baseball is next on the LA Dodgers Audio Network.
It's game time.
Coverage befitting of a world
The People's Pizza Parlor.
Dodgers World Series Baseball is here. Don't miss a moment on the home of the blue. KLAC, KYSR, HD2, Los Angeles. Dodger fans, it's World Series Baseball.
Ding dong!
It's me, front row in the driver's seat.
Each October is its own thing.
Focus on what is ahead of me.
Pitching is going to determine how far they go.
Focus on what is ahead of me.
It's all about what you do right now on the biggest stage.
Doing it live, I don't need an edit. I'm exceptional.
Strike 3 called! There it is!
I'm exceptional.
History at Dodger Stadium!
I'm exceptional.
This is the Dodgers and Blue Jays in the World Series. LA Dodgers World Series Baseball is brought to you by Galpin Motors.
Family owned and operated since 1946.
LA County Department of Public Works.
Recycling beverage containers is a triple play.
Children's Hospital LA.
Creating hope and building healthier futures. futures for over 124 years.
Coffee hot dogs.
A SoCal treasure. Local. Original. Great.
And by
Gotta get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that? What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's good.
But it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had two hands. He looked it in. Oh.
Music. Don't miss Pitbull as he brings all his popular reggaeton and exciting hip-hop songs to Yamava Theater November 24th. R&B pop legend Janet Jackson will have you dancing at your seat when she hits the stage on December 29th. And grab tickets for the charismatic Latin pop singer Ricky Martin as he heats up the new year on January 8th. Only at Yamava, California's premier entertainment destination. Visit YamavaTheater.com for details. You in? Must be 21 or over to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Medicare beneficiaries need help choosing the right health plan during this year's AEP? Outsmart Medicare and let PIH Health be your guide to all things enrollment. Don't miss your chance to join our network in 2026. Visit PIHhealth.org/Medicare or call 888-365-4450. That's 888-365-4450. 888-365-4450. PIH Health, your health and wellness partner.
How do you top a Shakey's pepperoni pizza with half a dozen plump and juicy chicken wings? When it's game on, feed your flock with a medium pepperoni pizza plus 6 succulent bone-in wings and your choice of sauce, now just $19.99. For dinner time, game time, or anytime, wing it at Shakey's with our new pizza and wings combo. Get it to go at Shakey's.com or dine in and watch the game at your neighborhood Shakey's with an ice-cold pitcher of beer. Shakey's pizza and wings combo for 2, just $19.99. Grab it before it flies the coop.
Fans expect to in every season, but imagine winning the championship 29 seasons in a row. Galpin Ford did that, being the #1 volume Ford dealer in the world for 29 years, led by the Bachman family as the largest family-owned and operated dealer group in Southern California. Galpin has been part of the community since 1946, offering great deals, great service with great people. In addition to Ford, Galpin's winning heritage includes Mazda, Honda, Volkswagen, Porsche, Land Rover, Aston Martin, Jaguar, Lincoln, Volvo, Polestar, and Lotus. Part of the Galpin story. It starts at Galpin.com.
Let's go to the Galpin Motors broadcast booth.
And now your voices of the LA Dodgers.
Rick Monday and Steven Nelson.
Live from Rogers Center in Toronto. Welcome to the 121st Fall Classic, the 2025 World Series. Hi, everybody. Rick Mundy alongside Stephen Nelson and Witt, producer-engineer Dwayne McDonald. In the background, the Blue Jays taking the field. The energy in this building is absolutely electric, and for very good reasons. It's down to two teams. 28 are sitting at home and wondering what it would be like. For the Dodgers, it's been 356 days since they last played in the World Series, November 2nd, 2024. And the reason a lot of extra electricity in this building for the Blue Jays, it's been 11,688 days since they last appeared in a World Series. It was on this exact date, October 24th, 1993. So you can take all the records these two teams have, push them aside, and now it's the best of 7 in this series. Here's the Dodgers starting lineup. It'll be Shohei Ohtani leading off, the designated hitter. Mookie Betts is at shortstop. Freddie Freeman at first. Will Smith behind the plate doing the catching. Teoscar Hernandez is in right field. Max Muncy at third. In left is Kike Hernandez. Tommy Edman is at second. Andy Pages is in center. And on the mound, Blake Snell, who's been just absolutely amazing so far in the postseason. For the Blue Jays, the 22-year-old right-hander Trey Savage, who began this year in single-A baseball. He went from single-A to double-A to triple-A. He's only been in the big leagues now 39 days, and he draws the opening assignment in Game 1 of the World Series. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. Here we go. Dodgers and Blue Jays in the World Series. Game 1 of the play. Here's Steven.
Thank you, Mo. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, the Dodgers started the season with the Tokyo Series. They will finish it in the World Series. The reigning champs are now the defending champs. In the Fall Classic for a second straight season and 5th time in 9 years. Shohei Ohtani climbs into the batter's box to lead things off against the rookie right-hander Savage. Off we go. Game 1 is underway with ball 1 down in the dirt. It kicks the chalk up on the line next to the plate where Ohtani stands in for the first time since last Friday. Game 4 of the NLCS, a performance for all time. The 1-0 pitch from Savage. Ohtani takes a strike at the top of the zone, a fastball at 95. A win on the mound, 10 strikeouts after 6 shutout innings, 3 home runs at the plate. Now in his second World Series appearance, the 1-1. Ohtani slashes it foul on the left field side. That's a strike. During the pregame festivities, when Ohtani was announced part of the visiting starting lineup, he was greeted with a chorus of raucous boos from the Blue Jays fan base that feels spurned for that failed free agent pursuit a couple off seasons ago. A ball and 2 strikes the pitch. Savage misses high, and the count squares up.
You know, Savage, good velocity. We've already seen it at 95. He throws right over the top. His release point is above his head. But the thing that really has set him aside is the splitter. It drops about 5 feet.
Here comes his 2-2. And Ohtani strikes out swinging on that splitter.
That's the big equalizer. I mean, it's amazing. Savage seems calm, cool, and collected. Well, when he made his first start this year in A-ball, there was a total of 327 people in the ballpark. That's it. Tonight, well, it seats 39,105 and probably more than that on hand.
You heard that cheer for an Ohtani strikeout. 1 out in the top of the first. Here's Mookie Betts with the bases empty. Ball 1 low and outside. Shohei's first at-bat was brought to you by Asahi Super Dry Beer, embodying the refreshing taste of modern Japan. Go beyond the expected. A ball and no strikes. Savage kicks and fires. Betts takes in the dirt. Ball 2. For Mookie, he was 6 for 9 in the wild card round against the Reds. Since then, he is 6 for 32. 188 his last 2 series. Ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. He swings and misses. There's a slider from Savage. 2-1. I think Betts was expecting the rookie in a 2-0 count to go to a fastball, and he was fooled. Savage working quickly. Here's the 2-1. Betts takes on the outside corner, off the outside corner, but it's still called strike 2.
Well, this is an artificial surface here. It's a dirt infield. It does not play exceptionally fast on ground balls.
On a 2-2 pitch, Betts takes low and outside, checks the swing. He definitely did not go. The Blue Jays lose the appeal, and the count is now full. No score, top of the first inning, the first game of the Fall Classic. Base is empty for Betts. The count is full. Here's the payoff. Mookie swings and chops it to short, fielded there by Jimenez. He throws across in time, out number 2.
Well, if the roof close is going to be a loud place. There's seats for everyone, but they could take their seats out. Nobody's using them right now. Everybody's on their feet.
While Ohtani was greeted with loud boos, this man was greeted warmly. Freddie Freeman, who has represented Canada in each of the last 2 World Baseball Classics, figures to do so again in 2026. He steps in with 2 outs and the base is empty, no score in the first. Savage into his windup. First pitch, Freeman fouls it behind home plate to our left. Strike 1. His father, Fred, born in Windsor, Ontario. His late mother, Rosemary, born right here in Toronto. 0-1. Savage deals. Freeman swings and fouls it away on the third base side again. And Freeman has said whenever he comes back to Toronto, he feels a little closer to Mom. Savage a strike away from finishing the first inning. 0-2 on Freddie Freeman. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 1.
That's the splitter. So Savage with that good fastball and elevates it. And then when the splitter comes out of his hand, and again, the release point's high over his head, it appears to be the same pitch. Now the question is, will the Dodgers not swing at that splitter that's down in the dirt?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Savage has the glove in front of his face. Now drops it down. Here's the pitch. Freeman rolls it over to the right side. Charging in Bichette. The hobble bull Bichette playing on one knee. Fields and throws to Guerrero. And that's out number 3. The Dodgers go down in order in the first inning against the rookie Savage. Now it's
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. It was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. The black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. OCT was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1956 with Billy Sorrell.
Back-to-back in 92 and 93. And this city and this country has been starved for the World Series ever since then. For Blake Snell, He toes the rubber, and he becomes the third Dodger pitcher to start 3 Game 1s in a single postseason, joining Clayton Kershaw in 2017 and Walker Buehler in 2020. But Rick Monday, he has been a tone setter for the Dodgers.
Yeah, now the question is, we talked about the Dodgers, will they not expand the strike zone on the splitter by Savage? Now the question is going to be for the Blue Jays, will they lay off the changeup? That just miracle pitch, if you will, for Snell. Will they chase it out of the strike zone?
The DH leading off for Toronto, George Springer, the former Houston Astro. Snell's first pitch, his ball one upstairs, a fastball at 96. It was Springer who was the hero in Game 7 of the ALCS. A go-ahead 3-run homer in the bottom of the 7th of Game 7 against Seattle. The 1-0 pitch from Snell. Hit too short on a hop. Betts fields it back into the dirt. Calmly throws. It's low, but Freddie Freeman digs it out, and that is out number 1.
Well, that's not a real good throw by Betts just right off the bat. Use the when you're deep in the hole like that, use the outfielder's arm. We know he has a tremendous throwing arm to begin with. Speaking of throws and errors, in the postseason, Toronto just made 4 errors. Dodgers have made 8.
Dodgers saw the Blue Jays in L.A. In August. The Dodgers won 2 out of 3. Here's Davis Schneider. Takes ball one upstairs. A Snell fastball again. Misses well high. For Schneider, right-handed hitting left fielder. Just 200 in the postseason, but good splits against lefties. And Snell drops in a curve on the outer half to even the count 1-1. Snell trying to follow up a brilliant outing against the Brewers. Game 1 of the LCS. There's the 1-1 to Schneider. And that jams him in the air. Going back from short. Mookie Betts about 10 feet on to the grass. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2.
I mentioned on the pregame show, teams really opposite directions. The Dodgers depend on slug. For Toronto, they depend on contact. And the manager said, look, putting the ball into play is pretty important for our team.
They led the leagues in contact percentage, and they have been slugging in this postseason. The chief culprit, the man at the plate, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2 outs, bases empty, no score in the first inning. Snell starts him off with strike 1, a changeup on the outer third, and Guerrero is nodding his head in the batter's box. Guerrero is hitting .442 this postseason with 6 home runs in 11 games. The 0-1 from Snell. High fastball, just missed, 1-1.
Yeah, Stephen, the Dodgers paid close attention. Is that Guerrero got a lot of pitches in a big part of the plate. That's a danger zone. If you're going to throw a Guerrero a pitch there, it's plenty of power.
Here comes the 1-1 from Snell. That is, oh goodness, ball 2. Another high fastball that missed a hair high. 2-1 advantage Guerrero Jr., who has 10 hits in his last 19 at-bats. The 2-1 from Snell. And that misses in the dirt inside, ball 3. Guerrero, for his efforts, is named the ALCS MVP at .385 in 7 games against Seattle. Scored 6. He has twice as many home runs this postseason as he has strikeouts. And Snell finds strike 2, a changeup on the outer third. Guerrero flipped his bat backwards and was running down toward first base on a call that wasn't particularly close, being strike 2. So that fills the count up.
Yeah, well, it's difficult to hit. It's really tough to hit and umpire at the same time. That was a changeup, by the way.
And now the payoff pitch. Guerrero swings and chops it just foul on the third base side. 3 feet left of the line. Muncy was ranging there. No score, bottom first. 2 outs and the base is clear for the Jays. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Guerrero Jr. Postseason OPS at 1440. 5th highest in history. Another 3-2 pitch on the way. It is low, ball 4 in a 2-out walk.
It came back with a breaking ball. One thing that's remarkable about Guerrero to keep in mind, you mentioned a high batting average in the 19 at-bats. He's only struck out 3 times in those 19 trips.
How about this? A standing ovation for the cleanup hitter, Bo Bichette. A question of whether he would even be on the roster. He's in the cleanup spot, playing his first game since the 6th of September. He's been out with a left knee sprain. 2 outs, and Guerrero on first. Ball 1 inside from Blake Snell. Bichette was second in the American League in batting average during the regular season at .311. He trailed only Aaron Judge. His 7th year in the majors, all with Toronto. On a 1-0 pitch, Bichette checks up on a fastball inside, ball 2.
Yeah, both pitches have been inside, and yet that's really against the defense. While the infield's playing the pull, the outfield is playing Bichette like he's a left-handed pull hitter.
It seems like there's some nerves for Blake Snell. 14 pitches, only 6 strikes so far. The 2-0. That's ball 3, up and in.
Well, 3 pitches, fastballs in, well off the plate.
Yeah, the fastball command has been elusive to start game 1. After walking Guerrero, he's fallen behind Bichette 3-0. Here's the pitch. A swing and a cue shot through the right side. A dribbler into right field. Guerrero going from first to third. He is there without a throw as it was down the third base line. Muncy to a knee to keep it in front of him. Mo, that was a changeup off the very tip of the bat from Bichette. And it just squeaked through. Freddie Freeman had no chance to play it, holding Guerrero on first base. And so Toronto's got something cooking with 2 out.
It was like he was playing cool, right off the end of the stick. Charging was Teoscar Hernandez in right. He really had no play in right field, and then made a bad throw. It went only about 90 feet in the air. And it was like a 4 or 5 hopper to third base.
Now the catcher Alejandro Kirk, the Mexican-born backstop. First and third, 2 outs in the first, no score yet. Here's the pitch from Snell. High fastball, ball 1. Again, the fastball missing the zone for Snell.
Stephen, this is where the Blue Jays really hit pay dirt in the postseason so far as a team, hitting .286, runners in scoring position.
The ball and no strikes. The pitch from Snell. Kirk swings and fouls it straight back into the net.
That .286 average, runners in scoring position. 75 points higher than the Dodgers so far in post.
The 19th pitch of the first inning from Snell. That is way high, head high fastball, ball 2. And Will Smith is going to come out and give Snell a little visit and a breather. He's about to throw his 20th pitch of the inning.
Break up the routine right here. Rather go the same thing over and over like Groundhog Day.
Mound visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice. Snell got the first 2 outs in this first inning, seemingly without issue. Then a full count walk to Guerrero, and he fell behind Bichette 3-0 before giving up a squib base hit. So Blue Jays on the corners, 2 outs. 2 balls and a strike on Kirk. The catcher hit .282 in the regular season, 130 games. Between catching and DHing. He's hitting .222 this postseason. After the mound visit, Snell's 2-1 offering. Inside, ball 3. Another fastball that misses the zone, and it's not particularly close. So another hitter's count for a Blue Jay batter. 3-1. The pitch. Kirk swings and fouls it back. It was a curve in the heart of the plate. Full count.
We've seen low pitch counts from Snell, but not here. This is the 3rd consecutive batter with a 3-ball count.
This is exactly what the Blue Jays want. Get the pitch count for Snell up so they can get into the Dodger bullpen sooner. Kirk calls for time. He's granted it. 21 pitches. Looking at Snell's outing so far this postseason, it looks like the most pitches he has thrown in an inning Came in the division series against Philadelphia, 24. This is number 22. 3-2 to Kirk. Hit foul over the net behind home plate to our right. Yeah, it was 24 pitches in the 6th inning in game 2 against the Phillies. The count's still full. No score. Bottom first and third, 2 out. Another 3-2. Another foul ball. And Mo, here we are seeing the contrasting styles in the biggest battle of this series play out. The Blue Jays had the best contact rate in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers starters have had the best whiff rate.
But again, the Blue Jays did not expand the strike zone. Very seldom, if ever.
Another 3-2. Kirk plays one down the right field line. It's foul by 1.5 feet. That would have been all kinds of trouble.
And Snell's having trouble finishing him off. I mean, the 3-1 pitch was fouled off. So it's 4 foul balls in a row. I noticed that the Mariners against Kirk were trying to crowd him inside with pitches. Well, you don't have that luxury right now. You need to throw something in and around the strike zone.
Pitch number 25 of the first inning for Snell, trying to get out of it. Still 3-2. In the dirt, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Toronto. All of this happening, Mo, with 2 outs in the inning. Walk, base hit, walk. And this is the first real signs of struggle we have seen from Blake Snell this postseason. Bases loaded, 2 out. Dalton Varsho, the former Diamondback, in his 3rd season with the Blue Jays. The pitch from Snell. This is upstairs. Ball 1, a high curve. Snell searching for a field. On a 1-0, Varsho takes a strike, and you can understand with the way this inning has gone for Snell, Blue Jays batters being ultimately selective. The curve on the inside corner. The count is 1-1. Scoreless in the first inning, but Toronto has the bags packed. 2 outs and now a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That's the first chase and whiff I think we have seen this inning, Mo.
Exactly.
A low slider at the shins.
Well, the Blue Jays against left-handed starters during the regular season were 24-16, so they held their own.
Pitch 29. Snell still needs 1 more strike. The pitch. Varsho swings and hits it high in the air. Shallow center. Pages coming in. He is underneath, and he makes the catch. So at the end of all of that, it is a scoreless first inning in the first game of the 121st World Series as Snell leaves the bases loaded for Toronto and sends us to the 2nd inning.
It's a Lourdes Gurriel dog.
That's a nice touch.
Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newtbar fan.
What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah. And then just shot putting it. Not blocking, there's nobody on base. There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
So now the Dodgers back to the plate. Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, and Muncy scheduled up against the rookie Savage. For Will Smith, he got hot in the LCS, Mo. He had hits in all 4 games, 6 in total, walked twice, scored 3 runs. Still doesn't have his timing all the way back, having some issues with fastballs, but he was showing signs at the end of that Brewers series.
Yeah, and that right hand is still not totally free of discomfort. He's not going to tell you about it, but it's there.
First pitch from Savage, misses up and away, ball 1, a fastball at 94. This postseason, the Dodgers are 4-0 when Will Smith scores a run. The 1-0 pitch. Savage misses downstairs. Ball 2. Just the 4th start of the postseason for Savage, and only the 7th of his major league career. The second inning for Smith.
Yeah, I keep reminding about what Tom Lasorda said about going to the mound concerning with his pitchers. He said he never made a trip out to the mound to check the birth certificate of the pitcher. He doesn't care what the age is. You know, we'll celebrate the birthday. We don't care how many of them you've had.
There are only 2 Dodgers who got cheers in the pregame festivities. Freddie Freeman, we talked about in the first inning because of his ties to Ontario, and Teoscar Hernandez, who takes the first pitch in the dirt, ball 1 from Savage. Why? Because Teoscar played 5.5 seasons in a Blue Jays uniform, 609 games, hit .263 in that stretch, and hit 129 home runs, 52 of those right here in Rogers Center. No score, top of the second. Smith on first and nobody out. The 1-0 from Savage. It gets a call off the outside corner. It's Will Little behind home plate, Mark Wegner at first, John Tunpain at second, Alan Porter at third, Adam Hammery in left, and Jordan Baker in right. The umpire and crew for game 1. On a 1-1, Savage dots the inside corner at the knees. Hernandez grimaces out of the batter's box. Didn't think that was an accurate call, but it looked like a good one. Only 1 out on that play. Remember, Bo Bichette is at second base tonight. Mo, he hasn't played there since he was in AAA back in 2019. But because he is still playing with a sprained left PCL, he's not going to play short. Can't DH because Springer's there, and he hasn't played the outfield in a month, basically. So Bichette is just grinding through things at second.
For those that don't have the medical degree, that's a knee.
Good point. Here's Max Muncy. First pitch from Savage. A strike on the inside corner.
Well, you're absolutely right. And Schneider, his manager, was talking about, look, Bichette came to him and said, look, I can play. I understand Clement's been doing a good job for you. I understand Jimenez has been doing a good job. I can play second base.
The 0-1. Muncy with a base hit the opposite way. Drops it down into left field. Hernandez stops at second. The very first hit for the Dodgers in Game 1, a Max Muncy single.
And again, the Dodgers in postseason hitting just 211 runners in scoring position. But for Muncy in particular, it looked like a slider. Very smart move. Just go with the pitch. Don't try and pull it, especially with a guy that can give you different dimensions on that split finger fastball.
First and second, one out in the second inning for the Dodgers. Kike Hernandez at the plate. This is his 86th career postseason game in Dodger blue. On the first pitch from Savage, Hernandez takes up and away ball one. Those 86 games tied with Justin Turner for the most postseason games played in Dodgers history. Hernandez batting .306 in the postseason. It's in 7 of 10 games. The pitch from Savage is swing and a miss. Strike one, a fastball by him at 93.
Yeah, that's a good fastball. Well, at 93, that's basically average fastball at the major leagues this year. But that was the long swing, trying to get some power.
Dodgers trying to break the ice here in game one. The 1-1 pitch. Hernandez, base hit up the middle. Teoscar Hernandez gets the green light. There won't be a throw home. Kike Hernandez, postseason player, gives the Dodgers the first lead of the World Series.
Well, it's a big break, and there are players that just really answer the bell when the brightest lights have been turned on, and you don't get any brighter than the World Series.
So one Hernandez brings in another and makes it 1-0 LA.
And my question to this point right now in this inning, where's that split finger fastball that has been devastating for Savage? We have not seen it.
What we are seeing now is Tommy Edman. Muncy on second, Kike on first. The pitch misses inside ball one. Tommy's first at bat is brought to you by Edmunds. Get an offer for your car. Find your next one on Edmunds.com. Savage looks straight ahead, now comes home. Gets a swing and a miss, a high fastball by Edman. 1-1.
The straw in right field is a little bit shallow. Very good outfield defensively, and some pretty good arms. And they really rally around the big glove in center with Varsho. He can run it down.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. And Tommy went chasing a fastball that was chest high for him. 1-2. Edman hitting .286 this postseason in his Dodgers postseason career, batting .313. He's got a 6-game hitting streak coming into tonight. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays nothing. Thanks to Kike Hernandez, who's on first. Muncy on second. 1 out in the second inning. A ball and 2 strikes for Savage against Edman. The pitch. Spikes in the dirt in front of home plate. There's the splitter, but not a good one.
And Edman did not go fishing for it either.
Now, you bring up the splitter, Mo, and it's an excellent point by you. Where is the splitter? Well, the Yankees and Mariners are teams that struggle with the splitter all year. The Dodgers did not. So perhaps the Savage trying to get him guessing. Edman tomahawks one, dribbling up the third base side, and there won't be a throw. A swinging bunt for Tommy Edman. No play for Clement to make, and the bases are now loaded for the Dodgers.
Well, Stephen, you bring up an interesting point on what other teams were able to do. If you're the pitcher, are you going to pitch to your strengths, with your strengths, or do you try and pick apart the other club, which maybe does not figure into your strong point?
And as we see a mound visit from Pete Walker, the longtime pitching coach of the Blue Jays, talking with the rookie Savage. Mo, I think Blake Snell talked about it before his outing against the Brewers in the LCS. Be me, kind of lean on what I do well, kind of take into account what they may struggle with and what they may do well, but kind of read things. It does seem like either Savage isn't comfortable or confident throwing the pitch, or this is just part of their game plan.
But do you put your best stuff on the shelf is what I'm referring to, or do you go with your best stuff and say, look, you're going to have to prove you can hit my best stuff?
You got to go with it now. Bases loaded, 1 out in the second. Dodgers up 1-0. Bottom of the order, Andy Pages at the plate. The pitch. It is a strike on the outside corner. First pitch slider. Well, Pages started the postseason 1 for 27 in the first 7 games, but the last 3, he's got 2 hits, including a double. The 0-1. Swung on and fouled straight back in the net. A second straight slider, the second straight strike.
That first slider was actually a very good pitch to take. Why? Because it was a slider down and away. That had possible double play ball written all over it.
Muncy, Kike Hernandez, and Tommy Edman around the bases. Time call by Andy Pages.
Well, you don't want to hit the ball on the ground. I mean, this is one of those situations that even a strikeout is better than a ground ball to an infielder with a double play to end the inning, especially when you look on deck and it's Shohei Ohtani.
Bags packed full of Dodgers. An 0-2 pitch to Pages. This is in the dirt inside. You can see the chalk go flying. I mean, the grounds crew, they were so delicate and precise painting the chalk lines in 1.5 innings, Mo, and a home plate has been torn to shreds.
Yeah.
1-2 the count on Pages. DeSavage deals and misses high. There's a splitter that slipped out of his fingers. Then he reached into his back right pocket just to get the pants back in order ahead of a 2-2 pitch.
It's interesting.
DeSavage first base out of the mound. His 2-2 pitch to Pages. This is low. Ball 3, a fastball at 94. Excellent take by Pages on a pitch that was pretty close. So here you go. Dodgers 1, Blue Jays nothing. Top of the second. Bases loaded, 1 out. Full count on Andy Pages. DeSavage has nowhere to put him. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
But would have been ball 4. Pitch is down out of the strike zone.
And chasing a low slider. And he strikes out. DeSavage's second punch out of the game.
It's another run if you don't swing at the ball. It's well down off the plate.
Shohei Ohtani has a shot. Bases still loaded, but now 2 outs. First pitch, swinging and missing. A fastball in the inside corner at 94.
Remember Ohtani at home before the LCS took batting practice on the field? Next day, boom. Well, he took batting practice on the field here yesterday.
DeSavage is 0-1. Misses low and in the dirt.
Normally stays in the batting cage, but you want to see the entire span of this field, which is 328 to left and to right, 400 feet to straightaway center.
Bases loaded, 2 out. The 1-1 pitch. Flutters upstairs, a high splitter, 2-1. Kirk, the catcher, walks out in front of the plate, trying to calm down his rookie, giving him a hand before throwing the ball back. The Dodgers with 1 run in this second inning. A chance for more. The bases are loaded, and they have the reigning MVP at the plate. DeSavage is 2-1. Ohtani hits it. Fair ball just inside the first base line, and Guerrero wins the race to the bag. And so the Dodgers have the bases loaded, only 1 out, and they can't get any more home as Pages strikes out.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Hernandez with an RBI base hit to give the Dodgers the very first lead in this very first game in a best-of-7.
Okay, now we'll see if Blake Snell could kind of dial it in. He was trying to get the right-handed batters inside, and he kept missing and missing. Okay, new inning. We'll see if it's going to be a new look.
And Mo, good work from the Dodger offense to kind of give Snell a breather in that last half inning. First pitch of the second from Snell is a strike. A first pitch changeup to Ernie Clement. As the Blue Jays will send the bottom of the order to the plate, 7, 8, and 9 this inning. The 0-1. Swung on and fouled back. Fastball just off the outside corner. Quickly 0-2 on Clement, who's hitting .429 the first 11 games of this postseason. Hit .277 in the regular season. And he's been a huge reason why this Blue Jays lineup has been rolling. The 0-2, he fishes one to left field, and it bloops down for a hit. A two-strike single for Ernie Clement.
Well, Clement is exactly the epitome of what his manager was talking about, is it making contact. Because Clement now in postseason has had 43 at-bats. He's struck out just twice.
That is his 19th hit, Mo, of the playoffs. 8 have been in two-strike counts. I mean, that he just went down and hit one off the very end of his bat for a leadoff single. So the tying run on for Toronto in the second. Now Miles Straw takes a first pitch strike, a fastball in the inside corner from Snell at 94.
And Steven, that's the second hit off the end of the bat, which is the changeup by Snell. So even though the hitters have been ahead, they still made contact.
Muncy comes in on the grass at third. Right-handed Straw takes ball one up and away. Fastball at 95. Freeman holding Clement on first base. Veteran outfielder Straw. With 137 games this year, hit .262. On a 1-1 pitch, Straw swings and fouls strike 2 over the net behind home plate.
Well, Straw can recite some Dodger history. He was out of Garden Grove.
Blue Jays have 7 guys with at least 7 RBIs this postseason. As a team, they are scoring better than 6 runs per game, nearly 6.5. Straw swings and misses. Strike 3. A good changeup from Snell. His first K of the night and first out of the second inning.
Well, how does everyone handle pressure? John Schneider was asked earlier today, does he have any superstitions? He goes, well, I walked to the ballpark. Last year, they finished last. He goes, no, I drove. I didn't want people to see me. But he walks to the park. He has coffee in the morning at exactly the same time.
1 on, 1 out. 1-0 Dodgers in the bottom of the second. Snell to Andres Jimenez, the number 9 hitter. Takes a curveball in the dirt, blocked by Smith, ball 1.
The other thing that Schneider does is when we're winning, I make sure that I put my shoes and socks on 1 foot at a time, right or left. If we lose, I go left or right. He goes, then I have to select the right watch. So evidently has multiple watches.
The 1-0 pitch, Jimenez takes upstairs, ball 2, a high slider. So other than that, he's really not superstitious at all.
No.
Mo, what do you think about superstitions?
I don't believe in superstitions at all. I think they're bad luck.
2-0 on Andres Jimenez. Snell deals. Jimenez swings and misses. Strike 1, a slider in the heart of the plate.
But we're all creatures of habit.
Oh, yeah. You got to do your part wherever you may be listening from or watching along. Dodger baseball, the postseason, that's where the superstitions really bubble to the surface, and they can really take hold of your psyche in your day-to-day. Snell's 40th pitch of the game. Chop foul toward the Dodger dugout. 2-2 now. Andres Jimenez, he was called upon after a really dreadful regular season. His first in Toronto, hit just .210. But when Bo Bichette went down, Jimenez had to step up. And he has held down shortstop. And in this postseason, Mo, he has scored or driven in 15 total runs out of the 9 spot.
I noticed how the Mariners were pitching to him. They threw him a lot of breaking stuff.
Will Snell give him here a 2-2. It's on the way. Check swing on a high fastball. And Will Smith is saying it was tipped. And now Will Little agrees, tipped into the glove, strike 3.
And you could hear it. It was a double click, which means it went off the bat, then right into the catcher's mitt. And that was a fastball upstairs. It's one of the tough plays for an umpire. You're really going off, it's not just sight, it's also sound.
And initially, I think it took Will Little just a moment, and with all the noise here in Toronto, it just took him an extra half second to realize what that sound was. But he got it right. Out number 2. Springer swings at the first pitch, grounds it to first. Freeman fields, throws to covering Blake Snell, and he wasn't on the bag. Running for third, the tag, he got him!
Heads up play.
Ernie Clement in a chaotic play is thrown out trying to go from first to third. A cue shot off the end of the bat again. Freddie Freeman ranging to his right, wanted to go to second to get Clement, but nobody was on the bag. And so he turned around, fired back to first, but Snell, he missed the bag at first. But he heads up, threw down to Muncy at third, and they tag out Clement. It doesn't get any more chaotic than that. All you need to really know, it was.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Clement is almost at the shortstop position.
A ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Misses in the dirt outside.
Season first walk-off grand slam in World Series history. Now tries to join a list of Koufax.
Delivering one of the most iconic moments in baseball history. The Savage's 2-1 pitch. This is upstairs, ball 3. It's a walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 10th inning off Nestor Cortez. A moment, and the images will echo forever for Freddie Freeman. In the driver's seat, 3 balls and a strike. The pitch, high, ball 4, back-to-back walks for the Dodgers to open the 3rd. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Dodgers Audio Network.
Dodgers World Series baseball is here. Don't miss a moment on the home of the blue. KLAC, KYSR, HD2, Los Angeles.
Dodgers 1, Blue Jays nothing. The 3rd inning, we just saw the 3rd walk of the night from Trey Savage. Will Smith drew the very first. He's at the plate. Betts on second, Freeman on first base. Nobody out. First pitch is a strike. Fastball at the top of the knees on the inner half.
And the ball went out to the Blue Jays bullpen, and they have action underway. Fisher, the right-hander.
Former Dodger farmhand. The 0-1 to Smith. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Fastball at 94, and Smith is late. That has been the pitch that has been giving him trouble since he returned from injury. The Savage at 56 pitches. Blue Jays fans standing trying to help him out, and nobody out. 1-0 Dodgers. The 0-2. Hooks outside. Slider not close. Will Smith with the most postseason home runs by a Dodger catcher, with 8 in his already stellar career. On a 1-2. The Savage misses upstairs, and the count squares up. Kirk, the catcher, tried to frame up and steal a strike call, but that was a little too high to fool Will Little. From 0-2 to even. The pitch. Frost misses away, and the count is now full. And the 39,000 umpires at Rogers Center voice their frustration.
Well, it missed.
The Savage had Smith 0-2.
Another 3-ball count.
From 0-2 to 3-2, and the payoff. Smith grounds it through the right side. Mookie Betts being waved home, and now Will Smith is going to be running from first to second as Freeman is caught between second and third. Freddie is tagged out, but Smith gets to second on the play. A rare base running miscue by Freddie Freeman, as he was the runner on first base, was thinking about going to third, but the throw in from right field from Straw was going to third base and not coming home. And so Betts scored without a play, and then Freeman did his job by giving Will Smith enough time to get to second.
Yeah, that's the only thing that Freeman could do. That's just a base running mistake. Freeman looking over his right shoulder to the right fielder rather than to pick up the third base coach. That's just running into an out, giving an out away.
So it's a base hit and an RBI for Smith and a 9-6 putout to get Freddie Freeman. So Smith on second for Teoscar Hernandez. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball. Strike 1. Seen some odd plays already in this World Series, Mo.
Yeah, you might as well. Around the infield, I might want to put a moat. Because the base running paths have been treacherous so far for runners.
Teoscar Hernandez scored the first run of the game. The Dodgers now have 2. The Savage misses up and away, not close with that fastball. count levels out 1-1.
By the way, a bookkeeping point, they do give Springer a base hit on what was originally fielder choice in that second inning, and then the runner was thrown out by the Blue Jays at third in the same play.
A 1-1. This is well high. A splitter that slips away again from Savage. He has not had his trademark pitch all game.
You know, there was a song long time ago. Now, where oh where is the little dog gone? Well, where oh where is the splitter gone?
The Dodgers haven't seen really a good one from Savage. It's been primarily the slider for him. 2-1, swing and a miss on, guess what? A slider. Dodgers 2, Blue Jays nothing.
Well, at this point, Savage knows that he's not really been total command of that splitter, so he is relying more on that elevated fastball and the slider.
Here's the 2-2. It misses low and outside. Another full count. Another 3-ball count for the rookie, who's had 65 pitches with only 1 out in the third inning. The Dodgers have doubled their lead, scored a run in each of the last 2 frames. They have a chance for more. Smith on second. The payoff. Hernandez grounds the ball up the middle, stopped on a backhand by Bichette, falling away, throwing on one leg, and he gets it in time to beat Teo for the second out, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. pointing at Bo Bichette, who's now limping in shallow left field. Mo, folks, you got to tell him how hard that is to make a play with that injury.
Well, it's hard enough to make that play when you're on 2 good legs. Well, he's still favoring the one knee that has been bothering him and kept him out for a month and a half. And this is his first game back since that time. Remarkable play.
Smith did advance to third on the play. 2 outs. Max Muncy the batter. 2-0 Dodgers in this third inning. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Ball 1.
Well, friends, experience the thrill of World Series live. Games 3, 4, and 5 at Dodger Stadium beginning on Monday at 5 o'clock. So secure your tickets. Dodgers.com/postseason.
The 1-0 is in there. There's the first good splitter. Muncy took it for strike 1. Max is 1 for 1. He's singled in the second inning, was stranded on the bases. Smith on third. 2 out. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And a slider down and in. Would have been a ball. With the whiff, it's strike 2. Savage getting set. On a 1-2, Muncy takes inside. And the count is even. That was pitch number 70 already for Trey Savage. Rookie in just his 7th Major League start ever. 4th this postseason. Now a 2-2. And Muncy chased the ball that was 2 feet outside. A splitter puts him away, and Smith is stranded. But the Dodgers did score Mookie's leadoff walk and the RBI knock from Will Smith. 2.5 innings completed.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till they thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. And toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You are an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Out a little bit because the Blue Jays fans are also wearing a lot of blue here at Rogers Center. Blue Jays will send Schneider, Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Bo Bichette up there this inning. The 0-1 coming. Misses outside. Fastball command and control for Snell. Not where he would like it to be to start game one. The pitch is low. Low change. Ball 2 on Schneider. Schneider's 0 for 1. He popped out the shortstop back in the first inning. Snell into his windup. Gets a swing and a miss. Another change. It squares the count 2-2. When you think Blake Snell in the World Series, your mind automatically goes back to 2020. Game 6 when he was with the Rays pitching against the Dodgers. Struck out 9 Dodger hitters in 5 1/3 innings. His 2-2 to Schneider is low. Ball 3. But you don't think about the 9 Ks. You think about Kevin Cash removing him after just 73 pitches with a runner on first and nobody out in a 1-0 game. Here's his payoff. Schneider swings and misses. Strike 3. The helmet comes flying off as Blake Snell threw 4 consecutive changeups.
We saw him tooth out a couple of different times for Schneider. After that swing, he was losing equipment. Looked like a yard sale at home plate there for an instant.
3rd K for Snell. 1 gone in the 3rd inning. Here comes trouble, though. Vlad Guerrero Jr., who walked his first time up. Dodgers 2, Blue Jays nothing. Bases empty, 1 out in the 3rd. First pitch is called. Ball 1. Top of the zone has been inconsistent so far for the home plate umpire, Will Little. Snell's 1-0 pitch. That's at the bottom of the zone, and it catches it. Change up, and the count is 1-1. Snell threw more changeups than fastballs in his outing against the Brewers. On a 1-1, Guerrero swings and fouls back a strike over net to our right. One and 2 on Guerrero Jr. Snell delivers and spikes a ball in the dirt. Remember, Guerrero Jr. has twice as many home runs this postseason as he does strikeouts. 6 homers, 3 Ks, 6 walks. He was ice cold to finish the regular season, got scorching hot in a hurry. The 2-2 from Snell. This is up and away, and the count is now full. So you have him 1 and 2, and now he's got you full.
Yeah, you don't really think of a big power hitter in 43 at bats, just 3 punch-outs.
The payoff pitch. Hit on the ground, left side and through. In between Muncy and Mookie Betts, who was going to his right. He slid to try and stop it, but couldn't get it. And so a 2-strike single. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. trying to fire up his dugout. Because that base hit does bring the tying run to the plate for Toronto. As Guerrero stays hot, he's reached twice already.
Vladimir Jr. says that he wants to win a World Series ring and give the ring to his dad, who's here in attendance, by the way.
That's right. Whole family came up from the Dominican Republic. And now another ball player, another Blue Jay with bloodlines, Bo Bichette. First pitch swinging and missing. High fastball at 97. And they're going to certainly test, the Dodgers will test that hurt left knee of Bo Bichette in whatever way they can. 2-0 LA. 1-on-1 out in the bottom of the third. Bo Bichette, son of Dante Bichette. Swings at the 0-1, grounds it to Freddie Freeman. In the glove on a backhand, goes to Betts for one. Here's the transfer, and it's in time. The jump throw from Mookie. And he runs over to Freddie. They tap the gloves and head back to the dugout. Oh, Mo, you love that. The little things in baseball. 3-6-3, inning-ending double play. 2-0 Dodgers going to the fourth.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Trey Savage still out there for the Blue Jays. That's 71 pitches. First pitch of the fourth. Cut on and tipped into the glove. Strike one on the outside corner.
And Steven, they immediately have someone throwing behind the Savage. They've got the left-hander up.
Looks like Eric Lauer.
Yeah.
Veteran lefty Lauer was a starter for much of the year. The Savage is 0-1. Hernandez swings and hits it in the air. Foul on the first base side. Quickly 0-2. There were some audible groans when they showed Drake. You don't have to chime in here, Mo. I'll take it. Because Toronto fans and sports fans have an interesting relationship with Drake and his rooting interests, betting interests, and how those games ultimately play out. I'll leave it at that. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you can look it up. We got baseball to play. 0-2 for Kike Hernandez. Savage into his windup. Swing and a miss, strike three. It was not the splitter below the zone, it was the slider. And again, we say, Mo, that has been his go-to pitch tonight.
Yeah, the Dodgers have expanded this strike zone a couple of different times. In particular with Andy Pages with one out, bases loaded in the second inning. What would have been ball four and get a run and extend the inning. A big swing and a miss for a strikeout.
Tommy Edman's turn. First pitch, misses upstairs, ball one. Edman is 1 for 1. An infield single is a swinging bunt down the third baseline. Part of the Dodgers' run scoring second. On a 1-0, Edman pops it up in the air. It's going to drift over the net behind home plate. No chance for Kirk. 1-1. The Dodgers lead 2-0, Mo, but you could argue that the lead should be greater. The Dodgers have had early opportunities to really sweep the leg on Savage, and they've come up empty. A ball and a strike. Savage deals. Edmonds swings. Jammed again. Pops it up again. It's foul again. 1-2. In the third, after they scored a run, or excuse me, the second after they scored a run, it was bases loaded, 1 out. Andy Pages struck out and Ohtani grounded out. Pages swung at what would have been ball 4. It would have brought in a run, which means Ohtani's ground out would have scored another run if you want to play that game. On a 1-2, Edman stays alive with a foul ball. And then in the third inning, back-to-back walks to start. First and second, nobody out. Will Smith with a base hit the other way, and Freddie Freeman was caught in a rundown between second and third, and ultimately tagged out on the play. The pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Another slider beneath the zone. Another K for Savage.
Well, that's 5. Even though he struggled, that's 5 punch-outs. But he's figured out, that, look, I can't go to plan A, which is the splitter. That's been inconsistent, but now he's discovered the slider, and the Dodgers are helping them by expanding the zone.
Keep a mind on this. In the minor leagues, Savage faced 389 batters. He struck out 160 of them. Andy Pages at the plate. Swings at the first pitch. It's a high fly ball to deep right center field. This ball's carrying back, and it's cut on the warning track by Miles Straw. So Pages put a charge into one, going the other way. Perhaps a good sign for Andy and his swing, but ultimately the Dodgers.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bach beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town. Dude. Oh, best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Dodgers leading Game 1 of the World Series 2-0. 1 run in the second, another in the third.
I thought it was interesting, Stephen, is that earlier today we were listening to John Schneider talking to the members of the media. He said their approach, and his approach in particular, the World Series, we're playing 7 one-game series, and we are built to make contact. And then he went on to say putting the ball in play is pretty important to us.
Alejandro Kirk, the catcher, leading off. Take strike one, a curve on the outside corner from Snell, who's reined in the pitch count after 29 pitches in the first. Much more Snell-like the last two frames.
Yes.
The 0-1. Swing and a ground ball foul on the third base line.
But the Blue Jays are still making contact, even though they've been out in front. As you brought up, 3 different changeups they've hit off the end of the bat. 2 of them have been for base hits.
0-2 on Kirk. The catcher walked with 2 outs in the first inning that loaded the bases. The Dodgers got out of the jam. The 0-2 pitch fouled away. But as we discussed in Kirk's first plate appearance, Mo, putting him or really any Blue Jay away for that matter in 2 strike counts is far easier said than done because of what you just talked about, their ability to get bat to ball. The 0-2. And it's a changeup that misses low and outside.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are not expanding the strike zone as we saw in the previous starts of Snell in the postseason in particular.
On a 1-2 pitch, Kirk slashes it foul on the right field side. I mean, excellent point. Cincinnati Reds very aggressive, and the Philadelphia Phillies very aggressive. The Blue Jays very selective.
And the Brewers went out of their normal comfort zone and expanded the strikes.
On a 1-2, Kirk fouls another one away. Fastball at 96 from Snell.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people in this ballpark that paid pretty good prices for seats, and they haven't made contact with a seat yet tonight.
Another 1-2 pitch from the Dodger lefty. In the dirt, 2-2. With 2 strikes, Kirk in the regular season hit .270, the second best among qualified hitters in all of Major League Baseball. This postseason, he's just 1 for 25. 2-2. Hit in the air, right field toward the corner. Hernandez on the run, and it drifts. It's off the wall, fair territory. It's going to be a long single for Kirk. That banged off the wall just inside the right field pole. It's just beyond our view in our radio booth as well. And Kirk has to settle for a long and loud opposite field single.
Yeah, by a couple of feet.
Oh, maybe one.
It hit halfway up the fence. A long single. We cannot see the right field corner. We have no chance to see the left field corner. The last goes 60 to 70 feet down the line.
Tying run at the plate. Dalton Varsho, the batter. First pitch. Fly ball, center field. Pages going back. This ball is gone. Dalton Varsho ambushes Blake Snell with a game-tying 2-run homer to dead center field. It went 423 feet, an absolute no-doubter on a fastball right down Broadway.
Varsho, you start to look at the home runs that he hit this year. He had less than 300 at-bats, and he was in the 20 home run department. You can imagine what he'd had if you have 500 at-bats or more, which you're normally going to have. You play 162 games.
That was a center cut fastball, a bad fastball from Snell, and the Dodgers lead is gone. 2-2. Now Clement first pitch swinging, shallow left center field. Pages comes in, he calls off Kike, and he makes the catch for the first out of the 4th inning. But Dalton Varsho, a left-handed hitter, Mo, and he has been brilliant against left-handed pitching this postseason. He is now 5 for 10 with 3 extra base hits.
Snell tried to challenge him first pitch with a strike, and it was a terrible location, and for Snell, terrible results.
The pitch. Swung on, foul back, strike one on Miles Straw. And for Blake Snell, Mo, that is his first home run allowed since August 29th. The 0-1 pitch. Now Straw sends one left center field toward the gap. Kike runs over and he makes the catch. Crosses with Andy Pages, but Kike Hernandez records out number 2 in this 4th inning.
I'll tell you what, this is 4 batters into this 4th inning.
Yeah.
This is a different Blue Jays lineup that's coming up and swinging the bat right now. Is that a telltale sign of figuring out Snell now that they've dialed in, exchanged some notes on him and what to look for?
So now Snell has to adjust. Ball 1 low and the number 9 hitter Jimenez. The Dodgers and Blue Jays now tied in game 1, 2-2, after the 2-run home run from Dalton Varsho, center fielder, and the number 6 hitter. The 1-0 to Jimenez. Fouled off the glove of Will Smith. Blake Snell gave up 2 total runs in his last 2 starts. 2 runs on 1 swing for Toronto in this 4th inning. Jimenez chases a slider low and outside. Advantage Snell 1-2.
Well, with that home run, there's been extra electricity charged up with this group here tonight in the stands.
Snell needs 1 more strike to finish this inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. And Jimenez does not chase. It's a check swing.
We just saw on our monitor, we're taking the network cameras inside, and Ohtani is in the batting cage taking some swings as we speak. He leads off the top of the 5th.
And I wonder if the Blue Jays will go to their pen and bring in a lefty to face him, and Freddie Freeman is due up 3rd. 2-2. That should be called strike 3. It is. Throws him on the outside corner. Snell's 4th strikeout finishes his 4th inning, but it began with back-to-back hits, including a long home run from Dalton Varsho in game 1, suddenly tied 2-2.
What else going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
That's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back. Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch.
You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
With Ohtani.
Ohtani is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against Fluharty. He faced him twice in August when the Blue Jays visited Dodger Stadium. His first pitch of the 5th inning. Ohtani takes a strike, a cutter right down the middle. Ohtani so far in game 1, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lefty deals. And Ohtani waves at strike 2. It's a sweeper.
Pulling off the ball. He's going to have to think about going up the middle. Think left center and right center to stay on the ball a little bit longer.
The swings that we saw in game 4 of the championship series. Fluharty's 0-2 pitch to Ohtani. This is outside. Back-to-back sweepers. That's ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. This is outside again. 3 straight sweepers. And so now, what are you thinking as a hitter? 3 straight sweepers, left on left.
Can't look for an individual pitch. Look for a strike.
From 0-2 to 2-2. And called strike 3, a low sweeper. Will Little rings up Shohei for his second strikeout of game 1. Excellent pitcher's pitch, and he got the call in the first out of the 5th. So now Mookie Betts. 2-2 ball game, bases empty, 1 out. Ball 1 outside to Betts.
The Dodgers missed golden opportunities to add more runs against Savage. They let him get away. Had difficulty in the 2nd, again in the 3rd. Dodgers, a couple of bad swings and some bad base running.
On a 1-0, Betts takes low. Ball 2. And now the game is suddenly tied. More activity in the Blue Jay bullpen. It's a righty, Sir Anthony Dominguez. Betts ahead 2-0. Here's the pitch. Fluharty gets a call off the outside corner. Mookie must have done something to bug Will Little during the regular season, because 3 plate appearances, 3 different pitches that appeared to miss the zone, appeared to from our vantage point, have been called for strikes. On a 2-1. That's the top of the zone, and Mookie shaking his head as that's called strike 2. Scoreboard 2-2, the count 2-2. Here's the pitch. Betts with a base hit to left center field. Good swing from Mookie for a 1-out single in his first hit of the World Series. He's on for a second time tonight.
Yeah, he's on for a second time, and now here's the matchup for Freddie Freeman. And Freeman, each of the first 2 at-bats tonight against Savage looked like he was a little over-anxious trying to pull the ball. His bread and butter is basically going up the middle more, and we'll find out what they're going to do. They're going to give him the power alleys defensively in the outfield. The infield still playing to pull.
Game tied at 2. 1 on, 1 out in the 5th. Fluharty to Freeman. Up and in, check swing, no swing. The Blue Jays lose the appeal to third base umpire Alan Porter. Freeman tonight 0 for 1 with a walk. You're going to see this matchup throughout the World Series. Fluharty against Freeman. The 1-0. Freeman holds the trigger. It's a sweeper. Gets strike 1 called for him on the inside corner. That's tough for any lefty. A front door sweeper. Freddie looking for his pitch. 1 on, 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that glances off of his hands. And Freeman.
Yeah, it looked like it hit the bat, though, in a check swing.
Yeah, it did hit the bat. Kirk, the catcher, asked Freeman. Freddie says, I'm good. It did hit the very knob of the bat. So that's a strike against Freddie, 1-2. Betts on first, 1 out. Here comes the 1-2. Freeman fouls it away.
When you get hit on the knob of the bat, it's because you've already started to swing and your hands are directly in front of your body, which tells me that Freeman was not getting a good read on the pitch, either from the release point or even on the way to home plate.
Dodgers have the go-ahead run on first base with Mookie Betts. Game 1 tied at 2. 1 out the top of the 5th. Another 1-2 pitch from Fluharty. And Freeman pops it back foul. The lefty on the mound. The lefty in the box. Another 1-2 pitch. And Freeman pokes it foul on the left side. Hung back to get a piece of a sweeper. Good bat control from Freddie.
Yeah, it is. And he throws that breaking pitch to lefties 51% of the time. So, forget the fastball. Forget the off-speed pitch.
Another 1-2. And Freeman toward the right center field gap. Varsho over on the warning track. He makes the catch. He spins and fires back to the infield. Mookie Betts retreats back to first base. A good swing from Freddie Freeman. Decent contact.
Much better swing. Not a difficult play, but for Varsho, I mentioned earlier, he can run it down with the best of the center fielders in baseball.
And Fluharty, having faced 3 Dodgers, is going to get the hook from John Schneider. You figured this would be the case. They want to limit the number of looks the Dodgers have on the lefty Fluharty. Comes in for the lane of Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, the 2 lefties in there, and he retired both of them.
The name of the business is Legacy Catering. We all were talking about how Mom taught us all how to cook. She was a cook at the public school system for ages. So we all started to cook with her, so we decided, to do the business, so we went to figure out what we're going to call it. So we said, let's cook in honor of, our mother. So that's what Legacy came in. And just remember that Legacy Catering is about people. And this is what barbecuing is all about, and this is why we love it.
Biggest thing we're bringing is a brand new Tony Gwynn drop I did with his estate. So we just signed a deal at therealist.com to actually go through his entire archives, present them, and auction them off. And to announce it, we did this limited edition 1994 The Lost Season card. Because, between August of 93 and May of 95, Tony Gwynn batted .406 in 162 games. So in the back, we have the stats of what could have been.
Now, representing the organization, Jim Leland and AJ Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
In the bottom of the 4th, the Dodgers trying to punch back here in the 5th. Betts had a 1-out single, and Freddie Freeman flied out. So Toronto goes back to the bullpen, bring in a righty, and faced Will Smith. Sir Anthony Dominguez with his 8th appearance of the postseason. First pitch to Smith, and Smith smacks it high in the air, shallow right field. Straw camped out, and he makes the catch. So the final out on just 1 pitch for Dominguez, and Betts' 1-out base hit is left on the bases. The Dodgers. was a long single, but it was hit well. And they were aggressive early, swinging at first pitches.
Yeah, and it's a ball club that makes contact. And for Snell, the pitch count as he starts the innings at 73.
Top of the order here in the bottom of the 5th. Ball 1, lone outside to George Springer. Springer is 1 for 2 after the scoring change. Initially, it was a fielder's choice in the second. It was now marked as a single. And here's his second hit. A looping line drive into left field on a 1-0 pitch. And so, do the Blue Jays have something on Blake Snell? Because, Mo, I'm not insinuating, just to be clear, anything nefarious, but you just don't see these types of swings against Blake Snell. At least we haven't in the postseason.
And that was another swing off the end of the bat on a changeup. That's the 4th tonight.
Blake Snell does not give up a lot of hits. The Blue Jays have 7 tonight. Now Davis Schneider. Going on and nobody out. Game tied at 2. Ball 1 low. A curveball that clanks out of the glove of Will Smith. Schneider 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Snell approaching 80 pitches here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Schneider takes one. It's a strike. A changeup down the middle and at the thighs.
Great time for a ground ball double play.
You got one to end the 3rd. Love to dial it up here in the 5th. The 1-1 is in the dirt. Ball 2. A curve blocked by Smith. Blake Snell is the 7th pitcher all time to win 5 straight postseason starts in the wild card era, which goes back to 1995. Game tied at 2. The 2-1 pitch gets a call off the outside corner and squares the count. Schneider can't believe it in the right-handed batter's box. Only 4 pitchers since 1969 have won 6 straight postseason starts. Cliff Lee, David Wells, our own beloved Bulldog Oral Hershiser, and Smoke Stewart. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Well, Snell will first throw over and keep Springer close to the bag.
Springer just keeps moving his feet, inching off a little farther, little farther, little farther.
Two in the 5th. Springer on first, no out. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul ball. Just got a piece of a changeup.
That was not exactly textbook swing, but he made contact, fouled it off, and see at least another pitch.
Remember, Schneider saw 4 straight changeups to finish his plate appearance in the 3rd. He struck out swinging, so I think he has that in the back of his mind.
Well, that's what he just saw, too, and he looked like he was chopping down a tree with an axe.
So Snell will try again. Pitch 81 in the game. Another 2-2. Hit on the ground, left side. Muncy in the glove, goes to second. Edman has it. Here's the turn. That's 2. Asking you shall receive, Rick Monday.
Did I mention it'd be a good time for a double play because the guy that's coming on is Guerrero, and he can hit it a long way if you make a mistake. Schneider, after he got past the first base bag, did a face plant on the chalk line.
That chalk line has been sprayed next to the first base umpire, Mark
want to
Wagner.
call in forensics and tape that area.
Mark Wagner, the first base umpire, he's going to be saying if there's a ball that's hit down that line, the face plant of Schneider is going to make the call more difficult for him later. 2 outs, bases now empty. Guerrero Jr. swings and misses on a slider, 0-1. And he nods his head back at Blake Snell. Guerrero has reached twice tonight, a walk in the 1st and a single in the 3rd. The 0-1 pitch. A high strike 2 call. The fastball splitting the plate at 96.
Yeah, so you got the rearranged line at first past the bag. You got the rearranged line just past the 3rd base bag. Looks like 2 crash scenes.
The 0-2 pitch. Guerrero breaks his bat, a little one-hopper to second base, fielded by Edman on the back end of the dirt. He sets and throws to Freeman for the final out. So Springer led off with a base hit, but ultimately Snell.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a, brisket wrap and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Best look at any ground ball down that line.
He's still going with his right foot and trying to at least mark an area that would signify into foul territory a little bit better than that blur with the chalk line that was spread all over the place.
It'll be Teoscar Hernandez, Max Muncy, and Kike Hernandez on the docket for the Dodgers in this sixth inning. Game one tied at 2. Right-hander Dominguez with the ball at the belt. Delivers. Hernandez fouls back, strike one. Sweeper on the inside corner.
Dodgers got to get it back into gear. They have really squandered some scoring opportunities to expand the second inning and also the third.
Both teams have left the bases loaded tonight. The Blue Jays loaded them up with 2 outs. The Dodgers had bases loaded 1 out in the second. Couldn't get anybody home. Dominguez is 0-1. Hooks outside. Hernandez tonight 0 for 2. Grounded out twice, but got aboard in a force out at second. And he came around to score the very first run of the game. A 1-1 pitch. Dives downstairs, fastball at 97. For Dominguez, here's the thing. Opponents are hitting just 136 against him in the postseason. But he has been wild. He has walked or hit 6 of the 29 batters he has faced. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball, inner half, 90. And Hernandez could not catch up. Dominguez has a live arm.
This is the 5th match playing for the most part. Lately, the off days have gotten a little bit more in this postseason, whereas in before it was a little closer.
Defensively, Vlad series. Base is empty, 1 out for the Dodgers in this 6th. And Dominguez misses low and outside again with a fastball at 98. Dominguez had a really good run in the back end of the Phillies bullpen. Has bounced around the last couple of years. Now in Toronto. 2-0. Muncy pops it up. Left side, ranging over Clement. Now into foul ground by about 10 feet. Palmer makes the catch. 2 gone. Dominguez came in, got the final out of the 5th on 1 pitch as Will Smith flew out to right. Since gotten the first 2 outs of the 6th. Bases clear. Kike Hernandez the batter. Game 1 even, 2 aside. It's the Dalton Varsho's game-tying 2-run homer off Snell in the 4th. Kike Hernandez laid on a fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. It's 98 off the outside corner.
That's a swing that Kike just really does not help himself. During the swing, his right foot just slides back about 2 feet.
The 0-1. That's pulled low and away. It was toward the left-handed batter's box. So Dominguez sticking with that fastball. And why wouldn't you if you got 98, 99 and can get it close to the zone like he has been so far. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. High fastball up and in. It would have been a ball. Instead, it's 1-2. Rogers center standing. Blue Jay fans waving their rally towels. Dominguez a strike away from closing the 6th. He delivers. And gets strike 3. A sweeper. Dominguez spins off the mound, pumps his fists. And Toronto goes crazy. Dodgers down in order in the 6th. Still tied at 2. Bottom half coming up when we come back on the Dodgers Audio Network.
Shouldn't I be trusted? When it comes to the Dodgers, LA's trusted source is their official home.
AM 570, LA Sports.
Hey, this is Adrian Gonzalez. Daniel's Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Daniel's is giving every fan a voucher for a free team bracelet and $50 off any $99 purchase. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball to get your voucher. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniel's Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniel's Jewelers.
Medicare beneficiaries need help choosing the right health plan during this year's AEP? Outsmart Medicare and let PIH Health be your guide to all things enrollment. Don't miss your chance to join our network in 2026. Visit pihhealth.org/Medicare or call 888-365-4450. That's 888-365-4450. 888-365-4450. PIH Health, your health and wellness partner.
Let's be honest. Relationships shouldn't be this hard. It's time to say goodbye, grass, because you deserve better. Break up with your lawn and upgrade to a beautiful, low-maintenance, California-friendly garden. Go to BeWaterWise.com and start a new relationship that saves you water today. BeWaterWise.com.
Vroom, vroom. From the Galpin Motors broadcast booth.
Streaming right to your mobile device.
LA Dodgers baseball continues on its official home.
Dodgers and Blue Jays tied at 2. Bottom of the 6th is brought to you by the hardworking Chevy Silverado. Built on a legacy of long-lasting dependability. See your Southern California Chevy dealer today or shop at SoCalChevy.com. In Blake Snell's first 21 innings of the postseason, 3 starts, he had given up 6 total hits. Tonight, Game 1 against the contact-minded Blue Jays has allowed 7 hits in the first 5 innings. Now, to be fair, as we have discussed after they've happened, though, some of them have been little squibbers or soft knocks off the end of the bat, and then some of them have been loud. The loudest, Dalton Varsho's game-tying 2-run homer in the 4th. But you just don't see Blake Snell give up this many knocks.
Yes, this is last inning. He's at 84 pitches.
His first pitch is low, ball one. He's checking the landing point on the mound. Ball to Bo Bichette, up for a third time tonight. 4, 5, and 6 coming up for Toronto. Bichette checks his swing on a low changeup. He held up. The Dodgers lose the appeal.
Bichette has a batting stance and in swing that, you've got to have great balance, because he lifts it front leg very high and very early.
The 2-0 from Snell. That's low. Ball 3. Again, Bichette is playing his first game since the 6th of September. Blake Snell fell behind in the 3-ball count in the first inning. Ultimately, Bichette reached on a single. One of those off the end of the bat. So he's 1 for 2. The 3-0 pitch called a strike. Just caught the outside edge. And Mark Pryor, the Dodger pitching coach, on the horn with Josh Bard in the Dodger bullpen. We see some scurrying out there in right field, and Emmett Sheehan the first one up. The 3-1 hit foul on the first base side, and that fills the count. The pitch, up and away, ball 4. So the hobbled Bo Bichette on for a second time tonight. As Snell once again cannot locate the fastball. He's had a tough time in that department tonight.
And they are going to have a pinch runner for Bichette.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the veteran utility man, will take the base of Bichette, who is gingerly jogging back to the Blue Jay dugout. Gets a hug from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. before he goes down into it. 1 on, nobody out in the 6th. 2-2 ball game. Snell against Alejandro Kirk. Singleton scored his last time up and walked earlier, so he has reached both times. And he slaps one into right field for a knock. Kiner-Falefa is going to stop at second, go station to station. 2 on and no outs against Snell. That is hit number 8 for Toronto tonight. And we have seen that a few times. A right-handed hitter just poking one or slapping one the other way. Now at the plate, the whole reason this game is tied, Dalton Varsho. Mark Pryor and most of the Dodger infield, save for Freddie Freeman, went out to the mound for a chat with Blake Snell. Emmett Sheehan warming in the Dodgers right field bullpen. We're tied at 2 for how long? First and second for the Jays, nobody out, and Dalton Varsho. Blake Snell grooved him a fastball in the 4th inning, and Varsho didn't miss. 423 feet. And from 2-0 Dodgers to tied 2-2. Muncy on the cut of the grass at 3rd. Snell with the ball at the letters. Looks back at second. Comes home. And misses outside. Good work from Smith. Falling over to his left to keep that pitch in front of him. That's pitch number 92 for Blake Snell. He would love
second at bat tonight, Stephen, for the Blue Jays, the runner in scoring position. Dodgers are 3 for 7.
The 1-0. This is up and in. The pitch. Foul back. 2-1. Blake Snell has gone at least 6 innings in each of his last 6 outings entering tonight. He's trying to hunker down and do it once again. First and second, no outs. On a 2-1, Varsho swings through, strike 2. Good slider from Snell.
Well, this is a tough guy to get on the ground ball. Tough guy to get the double play because of his speed. So ground ball, infielders make sure of 1.
The 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. Fastball at 96. That was off the inside corner. Mo, you have to be thinking that was the type of fastball Snell was trying to throw Varsho in the 4th.
Don't miss here. Baez is rather shallow in center.
Another 2-2 is on the way. In the dirt, blocked by Smith, and once again Snell hops off the mound and looks at his landing area. After missing with ball 3.
Keke Hernandez is shallow in left field.
Varsho, the son of Gary Varsho, one of 3 Blue Jays in the starting lineup with big league bloodlines. Here's the payoff from Snell. Varsho taps one off the plate off the very end of his bat. A foul ball keeps him in the batter's box for at least 1 more.
Stephen, this is what we talked about with the Blue Jays. They make contact. They don't swing and miss that often.
The next one from Snell will be pitch 99. Another payoff to Dalton Varsho. Turns on one down the right field line. It is hooking foul.
Got lucky. That was a hanging curveball. I mean a hanger.
In the 4th, Varsho torched the fastball, but entering this World Series, he has been feasting on non-fastballs. No, fortunate. It's still just a full count. First and second, no outs. 2-2 in the 6th. The pitch. It comes up and in, and it hits Varsho. It loads the bases, nobody out, and Dave Roberts has to go to the bullpen. Blake Snell threw 100 pitches, had his, by his standards, had his toughest postseason outing yet. And it comes in game 1 of the World Series. He leaves after 5+ innings, cannot record an out in the 6th. Game's tied at 2, but Toronto has the bases loaded and nobody out. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Adrian Gonzalez. Daniel's Jewelers is a proud sponsor of the Trip Around the Diamond and your family jeweler since 1948. Daniel's is giving every fan a voucher for a free team bracelet and $50 off any $99 purchase. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball to get your voucher. That's danielsjewelers.com/baseball. You can redeem at any of the 100 Daniel's Jewelers stores nationwide. Own the dream with Daniel's Jewelers.
Life moves fast. It's fierce, persistent, determined. At City of Hope Cancer Center, we are too. Our groundbreaking research and discoveries have impacted millions of lives globally, moving science forward with the hope, passion, and speed every diagnosis deserves for a cancer-free future. City of Hope, pursuing cancer cures at the speed of life.
What do you think makes the perfect snack?
It's gotta be when I'm really craving it and it's convenient.
Could you be more specific?
When it's convenient.
Okay.
Like a freshly baked cookie made with real butter, available right now in the street at AM/PM, or a savory breakfast sandwich I can grab in just a second at AM/PM.
I'm seeing a pattern here.
Well, yeah, we're talking about what I crave.
Back at Rogers Center, game 1 of the 2025 World Series is tied 2-2, bottom of the 6th, but Toronto has the bases loaded and nobody out. So Dave Roberts has to remove Blake Snell after 100 pitches and bring in Emmett Sheehan to this pressure cooker. For Emmett Sheehan, this is his 4th postseason appearance. It has not been a smooth ride to start. 3 1/3 innings, 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 2 Ks. And he's got Ernie Clement at the plate. Right-handed hitting third baseman. First pitch swung on and grounded foul on the third base side.
Well, this is one of the premier contact hitters that the Blue Jays have in their lineup. Mentioned earlier, he now has a postseason 44 at-bats. He struck out twice.
0-1. Sheehan out of the stretch. And Clement with a base hit up the middle into left center field. 1 run is in. The Blue Jays will go station to station. A go-ahead RBI knock for Ernie Clement. And Toronto has its first lead of the game.
Slider that didn't do much sliding.
It was a weapon for him down the stretch of the regular season, Mo, but it has been very hittable against Sheehan in the post. Now the Dodgers are trailing. Still nobody out.
And the Blue Jays will go to the bench.
Nathan Lucas is going to pinch hit for Miles Straw. That run, of course, charged to Blake Snell. Snell is watching from the top step. The first 21 innings of his postseason gave up 6 hits and just 2 runs. Tonight, 5+ innings, 8 hits, and at least 3. He's still on the hook for Kirk, the runner on third, and Varsho on second. 3-2, Toronto leads. Pinch hitting Lucas at the plate. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1 on a slider down and in. Lucas hitting .333 in 11 games this postseason. 13 hits in 11 games. The pitch from Sheehan. Caught on and missed, strike 2. A fastball at 97 off the inside corner. And Sheehan finished Lucas. The 0-2 pitch. Grounded foul on the first base side. Lucas was a .255 hitter in 135 regular season games, an OPS of .730. He had 33 extra base hits, drove in 65. Dodgers trail 3-2 in the 6th. Bags full of Jays, still no outs. Another 0-2. This is high. Sheehan's 1-2. Nearly hits Lucas. A slider down and into the left-handed batter's box, and the count squares up. The 2-2, Lucas fouls it away over the net behind home plate, drops down to our left. Rogers Center, pretty much all standing. Blue Jays fans, they sense blood in the water. This is a massive point in game 1. They've just taken their first lead, have the bases loaded and nobody out. Sheehan with another 2-2 pitch. Outside and upstairs, ball 3. The count is now full. From 0-2 to 3-2 and nowhere to put Lucas. Sheehan's payoff. Popped in the air, third base side. Muncy going toward the Blue Jay dugout. He won't have a play. It just gets over the net. Ramps down the net into the first row on top of the Toronto dugout. And so Lucas stays alive. Lengthy at-bat for the pinch-hitting Lucas. He's already seen 8. Sheehan goes to the pitch com ahead of number 9. Another 3-2 is on the way. Inside, ball 4. A bases-loaded walk brings in another Blue Jay. The line keeps on moving. Now 4-2 Toronto.
Well, Dodgers passed up a chance to get a bases-loaded walk in the second inning as Pages chased the 3-2 pitch. Well, for the Blue Jays, they lay off of a bad pitch and get the bases-loaded walk.
4 consecutive runs for Toronto. It was 2-0 Dodgers at one point. Now 4-2 Jays. Jimenez in the 9 spot. Infield in for LA. Swinging a ground ball foul toward the Dodgers on deck circle. That run charged to Blake Snell, so make it 4 earned runs for the Dodgers lefty in his toughest outing of the postseason. Jimenez tonight 0 for 2. He struck out twice. The 0-1 from Sheehan. Fouled straight back to the backstop. 0-2. But remember, Sheehan had Lucas 0-2, and then he walked him.
Bonda warming up in a hurry for the Dodgers in their bullpen. The Dodgers still looking for the first out of this inning.
Bases still loaded, still nobody out. 4-2 Blue Jays. They need a strikeout. Can Sheehan get it? No, this is upstairs. Fastball at 96. Sheehan, a part of the small trust tree in the Dodger bullpen, which is down Alex Vesia, perhaps for the entire World Series. On a 1-2. Jimenez with a base hit in the right field. 1 run is in. Stop sign held up. The throw skips by Freeman, the cutoff man. Smith is there. 5-2 Blue Jays as Toronto remains relentless offensively.
Well, we said in the pregame show, 2 clubs that really go at it differently. The Dodgers was slugged, and for the Blue Jays, they make contact. It's something their manager's talking about before. He said this afternoon, he says, putting the ball in play is pretty important for us.
Now visit from Mark Pryor to give Sheehan a blow and give Bonda some more time to warm up. Top of the order is coming up. It'll be Springer and then Schneider on deck. And then Guerrero in the hole. Remember, still nobody out. 6 straight Blue Jays have reached safely in the 6th inning. And they now lead the Dodgers 5-2. They have given up more runs in 5+ innings than they gave up in 4 games of the National League Championship Series. Of course, the Blue Jays offense a little different than that of the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's the pitch. Grounded left side. Betts has it in the glove. Can't get it out, and they're only going to get 1 as he throws home to get the first out of the inning. Betts had to shoot over to his right. The infield drawn in. Had it in the glove, but couldn't make the transfer cleanly. And so no chance for Will Smith to try and turn 2. But at long last, the Dodgers record an out in this 6th. It'll be a pinch hitter for Davis Schneider. Addison Barger. Now this is a guy who does not get cheated on swings, Mo, and he hits the ball hard. And with the Blue Jays going to a lefty pinch hitter, the Dodgers will bring in a lefty out of the bullpen. Barger was announced. Now Dave Roberts has to walk to the mound for the 2nd time in this inning, as Emmett Sheehan can't yet get rolling in this postseason. He can only record 1 out facing 4 batters. Hit, walk, hit, and a force out at the plate. 5-2 Blue Jays. Bottom of the 6th. Toronto still has the bases loaded and 1 out. We'll be back to Rogers Center in a moment.
At Verizon, lock in our low price, plus free roaming included in Mexico. Discover the best carne asada, never miss a text from the group chat, and save big with Verizon while you do it. Switch and get 4 lines for just $30 per line. See? Just $30 per line per month with unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Plus calls, texts, and data in Mexico included, so you can use your phone sin problema. Stop by your Los Angeles Verizon store today. For unlimited welcome in times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Bases are loaded, stakes are high, and hopes are even higher. If anyone can power through the pressure to win it all, it's the world champion Dodgers. As a proud sponsor since their inaugural season at Dodger Stadium, 76 would like to give a huge congratulations to the Dodgers on their 13th consecutive playoffs. Let's go, go, go for another win. 76, proud sponsor of the Los Angeles Dodgers since 1962. 76 is a trademark owned by Phillips 66 Company. Copyright 2025, all rights reserved.
Steve Sachs here. I've been talking about my new healthcare coverage with Alignment Health Plan, and now I've got a personal experience that really shows why it matters. Recently, I faced an unexpected medical emergency. It could have been overwhelming, but Alignment was right there. They walked me through everything, step by step, turning a stressful situation into one that I can handle with confidence. If you're 65 or have a loved one that needs more personal one-on-one Medicare attention, trust me, Alignment's got you covered. The annual enrollment period is October 15 through December 7. Don't miss your chance. Visit AlignmentHealthPlan.com today.
Anthony Bonda going to try and clean up a mess that was made by Blake Snell and Emmett Sheehan. We have the 8th Blue Jay coming to the plate in this 6th inning. Toronto has already scored 3 times. Bases remain loaded, only 1 out. Pinch hitting Addison Barger up there for Davis Schneider. So Bonda will face the lefty Barger.
Dodgers in tightly at first and third. Double play at second and short.
First pitch from Bonda. Ball 1 low. A slider misses. Barger hitting .286 in the postseason. Hit .243 in the regular season, but slugged .454. This is a slugger. If he lets it rip, he's swinging hard, and he generally hits it hard. There's a big swing and a foul ball back and a high fastball from Bonda. It's 1-1.
Well, Barger was optioned out during the season. One of the things that he changed was hand position. His hand position, because it allows him to get through the baseball a little bit more. The Mariners pitched him tough. They worked a lot of pitches upstairs.
Bonda hooks the slider low and outside, 2-1.
And they also threw the slider to him in that series a lot.
The book now closed on Blake Snell. He gave up 5 earned runs. 3 of them scored after he left the game, as Sheehan couldn't record but 1 out. On a 2-1 pitch, Barger hits one high in the air, deep right field. Hernandez on the track, it is gone. Pure pandemonium in Toronto. Addison Barger with a pinch hit grand slam, and the Blue Jays have blown it wide open on the Dodgers here in Game 1. It's now 9-2 Jays.
And the 24th grand slam in World Series history. And each of the last 2 have been hit against the Dodgers. Anthony Volpe last year in Game 4 against the Dodgers, and the pinch hit grand slam here tonight.
Bonda comes in to face the lefty. Front door slider off the inside corner, and Barger turned on it. 413 feet. And the Blue Jays, not regarded for their slug, though they can slug, have hit 2 home runs tonight. Dalton Varsho tied it at 2 with a 2-run shot, and then Addison Barger with a grand slam here in the 6th. Toronto has scored 7 runs this inning. There is still only 1 out, and the 9th Blue Jay, the only one who is yet to hit, is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So that continues Emmett Sheehan's awful postseason. The book now closed on him. His ERA at 17.18 as he's charged for 3 of those runs on the grand slam. Now Guerrero, first pitch, jam, slice shallow center field. That drops. And it's the 6th inning that won't end for the Dodger pitching staff. After the first pinch hit grand slam in World Series history, Guerrero dumps a bloop single, and the Blue Jays have batted around. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one on Kiner Falefa. This is his first plate appearance. He came off the bench to pinch run for Bo Bichette, who got on with a walk against Snell leading off this inning, which seems like an hour ago. The 0-1. Catches the, called ball one, and now an even count.
Well, you don't see this that often, where a pinch runner, eventually the lineup turns around and the pinch runner now becomes a hitter.
Here's the pitch. Now Kiner Falefa skies one into left field. Routine for Kike Hernandez. He's waiting for it to come down. It finally does. And Guerrero has to hold at first base. That is only out number 2. Alejandro Kirk up for a second time this inning. He singled and scored. The first 6 Blue Jays reach base safely in this inning. The pitch is low ball 1. The Dodgers were up 2-0 at one point. It's now 9-2 Blue Jays. Here's the pitch. Now Kirk, high fly ball, left center field. Pages racing back. He's on the warning track. He will turn, and this ball's gonna go. These Blue Jays can absolutely rake. 9 runs across in this 6th inning. Their second home.
World Series baseball is here. Don't miss a moment on the home of the Blue. KLAC, KYSR, HD2, Los Angeles.
Top of the 8th inning is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo celebrating 20 years of good times. Believe it or not, Mo, there was a point here in Game 1 where the Dodgers were having a good time. They led 2-0. But since then, it has been all Blue Jays. They scored 11 straight runs, taking an 11-2 lead. The Dodgers got 2 back in the 7th thanks to an Ohtani 2-run homer. But 9 runs in the bottom of the 6th was the damage. It's the most in a single inning of a World Series game since 1968. The Tigers scored 10 in Game 6 of the '68 Fall Classic. Chris Bassett out of the Blue Jay bullpen delivers strike 1 to Will Smith. 2 2/3 innings worked out of the pen for Bassett so far this postseason. No hits allowed just yet. The veteran starter gets Smith to foul away a curveball quickly. 0-2. Bassett's been around a long time. The Dodgers faced him enough, especially those with time in the American League. The 0-2. This is up and away. Dodgers down by 7 and down to their final 6 outs. On a 1-2, Smith swings and taps it up the first base line, fielded by Guerrero. He taps on the bag and Smith is retired. For the Blue Jays, they won Game 7, a 7-game ALCS on Monday against Seattle. They had to win Game 6 and 7. As the Mariners had a 3-2 series lead to get to the World Series. Meanwhile, the Dodgers have been off since last Friday, so it sparked the old rest versus rust debate heading into the World Series. Here's Teoscar Hernandez, one out and the base is empty, 11-4 Toronto in the 8th. Bassett deals. Hernandez takes a strike on the outer half.
Well, here's another little story about the Dodgers as far as World Series Game 1. They've opened on the road 12 times in franchise history prior to tonight.
Swing and a miss. Hernandez chases a cutter 8 inches off the plate away from him.
So in those 12 times they've opened Game 1 of the World Series on the road, they have won just one time. That was 1963 at Old Yankee Stadium.
Game 1, road rose. The Dodgers in their World Series history. The 0-2 pitch. This is upstairs, and that is why the frustrating second half for the Dodgers in the regular season. Just one game separated Toronto and the Dodgers in the final standings, and the Dodgers won their series against the Blue Jays in the regular season. Think about all the frustrating losses that kept them from having home field advantage in the World Series. Swung on and popped back over the net foul. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't or won't come back in this game or in this series. Of course, you would love to have 4 games at home instead of 4 on the road, especially as good as the Dodgers have been.
Yeah, I think most people around baseball will say, look, when you're opening up on the road those first 2 games, you need to walk away, head back to your home city with at least one of the victories under your belt.
A 1-2 from Bassett. Hernandez has to jump back out of the way for ball 2 inside.
It's not the case all the time. And I can go back a long time ago, 1981, lost the first 2 at Yankee Stadium. Came back, won that series.
The 2-2 coming. And it's low. Ball 3, full count for Hernandez. Dodgers trying to at least make this Blue Jay bullpen work, if not come back.
And if you can wear it down a little bit more, again, the Blue Jays, if you look at postseason, again, their collective ERA out of the bullpen over 5.5. The Dodgers, high ERA, 4.88 postseason out of the pen.
Full count, Bassett's payoff. This is in the dirt. Ball 4 and a 1-out walk for Teoscar Hernandez. If you're curious about the history of the World Series, talk about the Dodgers in their Game 1 road history. 12 times they played Game 1 of the World Series on the road. They've won just one of them. But all time, Game 1 World Series winners have won 76 of 120 World Series. Strike one called on the inside corner against Muncy. At 63%, 24 of 30 in the wild card era. 1 on, 1 out, 11-4 Blue Jays. The 0-1 pitch. Up and away.
And the guys on the field are in uniforms, as much as you might say, and as much as they may read, and as much as they may hear those numbers, you know what they say? That was then, this is now. Those were those teams. This is ours.
On a 1-1, Muncy holds the trigger, takes a fastball at the knees, strike 2. And a sinker at 94 that split the plate from Bassett.
You know, the other part of this game, whether it be regular season or postseason too, you've got to play some mental games as well.
Ball and 2 strikes. Bassett in the stretch. Muncy takes a rip and fouls it back. High fastball at 93. Count remains 1-2. The last Game 1 winner to lose a World Series was the Phillies in 2022. It was against the Houston Astros and a legend of Dodger baseball at the helm, Dusty Baker. Another 1-2. Stays upstairs, and Muncy has the count square. activity in the Toronto bullpen. Louis Varland is up and throwing. Tell you why that's a bit of a surprise in a moment. First, this 2-2 pitch. And Muncy swings and misses. Strike 3. Bassett gets him with the curve. 2 outs. So Louis Varland, one of the high leverage arms available to Don Schneider and the Blue Jays out of the bullpen. There have been 11 games in this postseason so far. He pitched in 10. And so this is number 12.
Yeah,
so
and keep in mind, he was also throwing in the pen in the 6th inning.
He has been used a lot. Here's Kike Hernandez. 2 outs. Teoscar Hernandez on first. Strike 1 taken on the outer half. Now, Kike tonight 1 for 3. Got the scoring started with an RBI single in the 2nd. A long time ago. The 0-1 from Bassett. This is up and in. Dodgers trailed 11-4. Running out of outs. Top of the 8th. 2 outs and a runner on first. A ball and a strike on Kike Hernandez. The pitch. Tapped off the plate foul. Dodgers would love to get a couple of runs here in the 8th to at least put that thought in the back of the Blue Jays' minds. But Bassett is a strike away from getting out of the inning unscathed. The pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Bassett lets out a roar after he blows a fastball by Kike Hernandez and strands the 1-out walk issued to Teoscar Hernandez. Bottom of the 8th coming up after this. 11-4 Toronto in Game 1 of the World Series.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Life moves fast. It's fierce, persistent, determined. At City of Hope Cancer Center, we are too. Our groundbreaking research and discoveries have impacted millions of lives globally, moving science forward with the hope, passion, and speed every diagnosis deserves for a cancer-free future. City of Hope, pursuing cancer cures at the speed of life.
When you look at a Ford F-150, you'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding jobs.
With that kind of versatility, it's no wonder it's America's best-selling truck for 48 years and counting.
The 2025 Ford F-150, from California's best-selling truck brand, Ford. It's time to see Ford in a new light.
If you've been injured in an accident, Jacoby & Myers will go to bat for you and fight for the justice you deserve. With over 50 years of experience in the field and the trust of tens of thousands of clients, Jacoby & Myers has the winning record you want on your side. Jacoby & Myers handles every case with the same level of care, and your case matters at Jacoby & Myers, the official law firm of the Los Angeles Dodgers. For a free consultation, call 1-800-5-MILLION today. Jacoby & Myers, let the big league lawyers fight for you.
This ball's back and is gone, a home run. This is LA Dodgers World Series Baseball on your home of the world champion LA Dodgers. Audio
Things parents can do to help. Learn how to overcome it at first5california.com. Will Klein will pitch the bottom of the 8th inning for the Dodgers, with the Blue Jays leading Game 1 11-4. For Klein, added to the World Series roster, along with Edgardo Enriquez. Alex Vesia off to a deeply personal matter, and we want to take a moment to extend our well wishes, our thoughts, our prayers, and our love to Alex, Caleb, and the entire Vesia family as they are away from this team. And then Ben Kasparius was also left off of the roster. 2 righties added, so Klein getting some work. He'll face the top of the order, Springer, followed by Barger and Guerrero Jr. And Springer swings and fouls one away. A fastball at 99 from Klein. Now Springer has been hobbled by a knee injury. Fouled a pitch off of his right knee, or was hit on that right knee, his back knee. He was a right-handed hitter during the ALCS. Klein spikes ball one in the dirt.
Yeah, right in the kneecap.
On a 1-1, Springer waves at strike two. Good sweeper off the plate from Klein. So far tonight, Springer is 2 for 4. 2 singles and a run scored. Came around, scored one of the 9 Blue Jays runs in the 6th. Fouls away a 1-2 pitch to the right field side. Sellout crowd here at Rogers Center, on hand for the first World Series game in nearly 12,000 days in the city of Toronto. Klein's 1-2 pitch, and Springer's jam flies it to shallow left center field. Kike Hernandez is the one who runs over and makes the catch. One gone. Now I got this note from our MVP, Dwayne McDonald. We talked about how the last Game 1 winner of a World Series to lose the World Series was the Phillies in 2022. The Astros eventually won that. The winning pitcher that night was Sir Anthony Dominguez, who's now with the Toronto Blue Jays and who is now in line to win Game 1. Strike one from Klein, 100 on the inside corner to Barger. Got a big ovation stepping to the plate here in the 8th with 1 out, nobody on. Swung on, grounded through the left side against the shift in between Muncy, who was basically in the 6 hole, and Betts, who was closer to second base. So Barger off the bench hit a pinch hit grand slam in the 6th as a single in the 8th.
Quite a night.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. up for a 5th time. 2 for 3 with a walk. Takes a fastball down the middle, 99 and strike one. The 0-1 pitch from Klein. Fouled back off of Will Smith, and he's no worse for the wear. Strike two. Klein will try again. And he misses in the dirt. Well picked by Smith. That keeps Barger on first base. Toronto 11, the Dodgers 4. They're in the end of the 8th inning. Dodgers with 2 runs on 5 hits. Or excuse me, 4 runs now on 6 hits. The Blue Jays with 11 runs on 14 hits. Guerrero pushes one in the air, right center field. Routine for Andy Pajes. He runs over, and he's got out number 2. Kiner Falefa for a second time. He's 0 for 1. 2 outs. Barger on first. Kiner Falefa slashes one foul into the net north of the Dodger dugout on the first base side. The 0-1. Down the net right behind home plate. 2 strikes on IKF. Rogers Center filled to the gills for Game 1 of the World Series, and not that many folks have left. Another 0-2, and Kiner for left up, pokes it in the air, left field. Kike Hernandez charges in and makes the catch. And so far, just one out base hit, stranded by Klein, who pitches a scoreless 8th inning. To go to the 9th, the Dodgers have 3 outs to get at least 7 runs.
AM 570, LA Sports.
Money Smith here talking about Galpin Ford. I have known Mike Schwartz, General Manager, Paul Ulbrich, General Sales Manager, for a long time. #1 in the world, Galpin, 29 years in a row. October is championship time, and they want it again. They want you to check out those 2,400 cars, trucks, SUVs. Get your price, choose your finance or lease terms. Do it all online if you like. Shop and buy from home. They'll drive it right to you. Plus, easy financing. They finance customers nearly every day who've been turned down elsewhere, and they have the 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on almost every used vehicle and every single new one. So again, it's Mike Schwartz, it's Paul Ulbrich, it's GalpinFord.com.
How do you top a Shakey's pepperoni pizza with half a dozen plump and juicy chicken wings? When it's game on, feed your flock with a medium pepperoni pizza plus 6 succulent bone-in wings and your choice of sauce, now just $19.99. For dinner time, game time, or anytime, wing it at Shakey's with our new pizza and wings combo. Get it to go at Shakey's.com or dine in and watch the game at your neighborhood Shakey's with an ice-cold pitcher of beer. Shakey's pizza and wings combo for 2, just $19.99. Grab it before it flies the coop.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Ever seen an origami version of a Dodger dog? Jokes aside, Verizon has the most ways to save with phone deals, streaming, and plans where everyone in the family can choose their own plan and save. So bring in your bill to your local LA Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score report dated 1/8/2025. Your results may vary. Requires postpaid consumer mobile bill from T-Mobile or AT&T dated within the past 45 days. Bills must be the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
Now,
this very moment,
back to the Galpin Motors broadcast booth on your official home of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball.
Top of the 9th inning, sponsored by Cars for Kids. Ready to donate your old car? Pick up the phone and call 1-877-CARS for Kids now. Friendly agents are standing by to take your donation. Cars with a K to donate your car today. The Dodgers running out of outs. They trail the Blue Jays 11-4. Game 1 of the World Series. It's a veteran left-hander, Eric Lauer, who will start the 9th inning. The Dodgers scheduled hitters, Edman, Pages, and Ohtani.
Steven, here's one of the things we talked about really from the get-go, and not to belabor the point, but you know the Blue Jays have demonstrated tonight. Look, put bat on balls. What their manager is talking about in the pregame. Look, we put a high priority on making contact. Well, they've struck out only 4 times. The Dodgers in 8 innings have struck out 12 different times. They have not put the bat on the ball. They have chased some pitches out of the strike zone that have been costly a couple of times.
Tommy Edman 1 for 2 with an infield single, a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. Swings at the first pitch, hits it in the air behind home plate. The catch is made by Alejandro Kirk. Right on the warning track, it basically spun back in. Looked like it was a drift over the net, spun back into the field of play. 1 pitch, 1 out for Eric Lauer. Pitching his 4th game of the postseason. First 3 innings, he's given up 3 earned runs on 4 hits. A 3.18 ERA in the regular season.
Like pop-ups in foul territory behind home plate. You see the catchers turn their back to home because the spin of the baseball will bring the baseball back, whether there's wind or not. That's just, it basically is what makes a curveball move.
Now Andy Pages watches strike 1, a curveball at the knee, splitting the plate. Pages 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Andy Pages has to get it going. Or perhaps the Dodgers go somewhere else before he can start to get it going. Takes ball 1 up and in.
And maybe something that, Dave Roberts thinks about. Is Edman's ankle
that's the big
strong
problem.
enough to be in the outfield? And maybe Kim at second base? Well, we'll find out. Could be a right-hander. Gosman throwing for the Jays tomorrow.
Ball 2 off the inside corner. Advantage Pages in the count.
Because you start 0-86 in postseason, and tonight Pages is 0 for 3.
The average down to 0.79 this postseason. 2-1. He shoots one the other way, but it hangs up and right for Barger. Out number 2 here in the 9th inning. Fifth plate appearance for Ohtani. His fourth one. A 2-run homer in the seventh that made it 11-4. Scoreboard hasn't changed since then. Dodgers down to their final out. Lauer comes set. Swing and a miss, strike one. Fastball up and in at 93. Here's the 0-1. That was a ball out of hand. Misses in the right-handed batter's box. Levels the count. Yoshinobu Yamamoto against Kevin Gausman tomorrow night here in Toronto. Game 2. Ball 2, low and outside. I think the chant is, "We don't need him," from the Blue Jays fans. We don't need you, to Ohtani. The 2-1, this is in the dirt. Three and one, Mookie Betts on deck. 2 outs, nobody on in the ninth. The Dodgers trail by 7. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 4, and the ninth inning will continue. Mookie Betts is 1 for 3. A walk and a run scored in the third, a single in the fifth, and he struck out in the seventh. The pitch from Lauer. Betts watches, strike one. Top of the zone, outside corner. The 0-1. Pickoff attempted first, and Ohtani just got back safely. We'll see if the Blue Jays will end up wanting to challenge the lefty Lauer. Ohtani hesitated at first, and the Blue Jays do want to challenge.
Yep.
And if you're Shohei Ohtani,
they're holding him on, and so many times you say, hey, with the lead that they have.
Toronto's call at first base.
I mean, you're down 7, 2 outs in the ninth inning. You need base runners, right? So the Blue Jays will use one of their challenges. They go to the replay operations center. Dan Iasonia and Jeremy Rayhack are the replay officials. You can hear in the background what Blue Jays fans think as they see the replay on the video board in straightaway center field.
Did they have a left field camera shot? They would really look down the line, but they have one from right field, but it does not show the tag with the right hand of Ohtani going back to the bag. But you can't even have it that close. Down by 7 runs. You're hoping for a lightning strike offensively with 2 outs.
On the field stand. The runner is safe.
They did not have enough to overturn it.
Well, not too many times in the ninth inning with 2 outs. You're going to see a ball club that's holding runner at first, 11-4 lead. But it does allow a force out at either first or second. If you're holding the runner there, keep him a little closer.
So Ohtani remains on first base. Still 2 outs in the ninth. 0-1 count on Betts. 11-4 the score. The Blue Jays are not away from taking game 1. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Lauer's 1-1. Betts pops it in the air, foul behind home plate. Dodgers have 1 strike left. On a 1-2, Lauer misses high. And that was near neck high on Betts. Two balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Mookie pulls one foul into the seats down the left field line. Kevin Gossman, in his meeting with the media before tonight's game, he's the Game 2 starter for the Jays, says that he wanted some revenge. The Dodgers beat him and the San Francisco Giants in the postseason a few years ago. He'll have the ball against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The 2-2, Betts is jammed, and it's fouled back behind home plate, so we'll do it again. Another 2-2 from Lauer. Strike 3 swinging. Final score, Game 1 of the World Series, 11-4. The Blue Jays roar back. After falling behind 2-0 early, they score 11 straight runs, gave up a garbage time home run to Shohei Ohtani, but ultimately cruised to a World Series opening win. We'll take a moment, step aside here on the World Champion Dodgers Audio Network, and put a bow on it after this.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
Hey, it's Freddie Freeman. When it comes to your child's health, you want the all-star team from Children's Hospital Los Angeles. U.S. News & World Report has once again named CHLA the #1 hospital in California and ranked in the top 10 nationally for kids. Learn more today at chla.org.
Take me out to Morongo, where I can watch all the games, with thousands of slot machines and blackjack, and big screen TVs from the front to the back. So just grab a seat at the sideline. You won't miss a play when you go, 'cause the good times are only right here at Morongo.
It's Tommy Edmond here. I'm a big numbers and analytics guy, so that's why I use Edmunds to get an accurate appraisal on my car. It's free, and they can show you up to 3 offers for your ride. Hit up Edmunds at edmunds.com.
Get ready, Dodger fans. Your Los Angeles Dodgers are back for October baseball.
The game's brightest star, ready for the game's biggest stage.
They're ready to run it back and defend their crown. Secure your spot at the ballpark and be part of the intensity of this year's postseason showdown. Feel the roar of the crowd, the thrill of clutch moments, and witness the world champs fight to keep the trophy where it belongs. Support your boys in blue. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/postseason. Blue October is on.
Back-to-back is in reach. Let's make some history.
This is LA Dodgers World Series Baseball on the LA Dodgers Audio Network.
(11-4) the final score. The Dodgers fall in Game 1 of the World Series on the road here in Toronto. The Blue Jays had 11 runs on 14 hits, no errors. They left 5 on base. The Dodgers 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 7 on base. Sir Anthony Dominguez gets the win out of the bullpen. Blake Snell handed his first loss of the postseason. And ultimately, Mo, the Dodgers fall behind in this best-of-7 series. Your thoughts?
Well, these two ball clubs coming in tonight, counting postseason, we're basically head-to-head with over 50 come-from-behind victories. Well, for the Blue Jays, that's exactly what they had tonight.